and dining. Open all day, every day. Go to asdowns.com for more information on Assiniboia Downs. Feel the rush. Well, only 3 games last night in the American Association. Grand Prairie continues to roll. They beat Amarillo 8-1, and Grand Prairie sweeps that 4-game series. Speaking of sweeping a 4-game series, Sioux Falls did that with a 5-0 victory over Gary, and Kansas City got by Lincoln by a score of 3-1. Some games already underway today because it's July the 4th, and basically they've shut down for work in the United States, with Independence Day being tomorrow. And at 6:05, St. Paul at Lincoln tonight, so they're well underway. And Wichita at Grand Prairie at 6:05. Here tonight, Fargo at Winnipeg at 7:05. Gary at Sioux City. Also at 7:05, Lincoln at St. Paul on the back end of a doubleheader. And Sioux Falls at Kansas City. Later start tonight at 8:05 Central, Laredo is out west in West Texas, taking on El Paso. Let's have a look at the current standings for the 3 divisions. And overall, in the North, the Goldeyes are leading 42 games played, 26-16, winning almost 62% of the time. And they do lead Sioux Falls by 2 games. The Pheasants have won 5 in a row. And they are 24-18, 2 games back of Winnipeg. Fargo is 5 in arrears of Winnipeg, but they won 7 of their last 10, and they've got to 500 at 21-21. St. Paul struggling, although they took 2 of 3 on the weekend from Fargo. They have won just 3 of their last 10. They are leading tonight, though, in Lincoln in that first game. St. Paul is 6 games back of Winnipeg for first. They played the fewest number of games in the North. Tonight was only game 41. They'll also play 42, and they are 19-21. In the Central, Wichita rolling along, winning almost 74% of the time. They are 31-11, 20 games above 500, and they made some moves today. We'll tell you about that coming up later in the broadcast for trades and transactions for the Animal Hospital of Manitoba. They lead Kansas City by 8 games for second. Kansas City 24-20, not bad, but 8 games back of Wichita for first in the Central. Then Sioux City 13 games back. They've won just 2 of their last 10. 6 games under 500 are the X's at 19-25. Lincoln at 17-25 in the midst of a 2-gamer tonight, a doubleheader against the St. Paul Saints. 14 games back, and Gary's lost 6 straight and 9 of their last 10. They are 15.5 back of Wichita at 16-27, 11 games under 500. In the South, Grand Prairie rolling along, 6 straight wins entering action tonight. They are 30-13, and they are just 1 game back overall of Wichita, although Wichita has 1 game in hand. Then Amarillo has really slid. They are 9 games back at 21-22. Laredo's got into a tie for second with Amarillo 9 games back at 20-21. Then El Paso 17 games back at 12-29. Your division leaders again, Winnipeg in the North at 26-16 by 2 on Sioux Falls. Wichita leading the Central at 31-11 by 8 on Kansas City. And Grand Prairie leading the South at 30-13 by 9 on Amarillo and Laredo. Wild card teams right now, well, that would be Kansas City and Sioux Falls with 24 wins, although Sioux Falls does have the better winning percentage by virtue of 2 less losses in 2 less games played. That's the morning line. We'll take our final time out on the Winnipeg Insurance pregame show right at the ballpark. When we come back, we'll check the pitching matchup here tonight. On the rubber for Cal Tire is next after these from downtown Winnipeg. A glorious night in the big city on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Is this the year you catch the big one? It could be if you got the right bait and tackle from Pro-Am Tackle, Winnipeg's exclusive pro shop. Rods, reels, GPS, fish finders, trolling motors. You name it, Pro-Am's got it. And the price is right. Service is exceptional. And they have the only live bait tank in town. So make this the year you haul in more than ever before. With a little help from Pro-Am Tackle, Winnipeg's premier bait shop in the Kildonan Crossing Shopping Center, 1615 Regent West.
The Greenwood Inn & Suites invites you to make it your home base for an overnight stay, your next meeting, or social event. You can even make it a home run with all-day dining or Sunday brunch at Dalton's. Enjoy the first-class service and facilities the Greenwood Inn & Suites has to offer. To book your next stay, visit the website at greenwoodwinnipeg.com or call 775-9889. 775-9889. The Greenwood Inn & Suites, putting the friendly in friendly Manitoba. Summer is the season for long road trips with the family.
Are we there yet?
And if you want to make it there, it's time for you to talk to Cal. No matter if your visit is for a tire rotation, an alignment, or even a basic oil service, all your visits come with a free mechanical inspection. Make sure your vehicle is ready for the high temperatures and heavy use that summer driving brings. Talk to Cal at any one of Cal Tire's 5 convenient Winnipeg locations.
You gotta roll with me.
It's Ken with a solution for loneliness out here in the field. I'll tell you what Ken would do. Ken would keep a two-way radio in the cab. Prairie Mobile has the Kenwood two-way radios that'll keep you in touch with the family and help if you ever need it. Tough, long-range, economical, and very sociable. Say more with two-way radios from Kenwood. It's what Ken would do, and you should too.
After the sale, it's the service that counts. Prairie Mobile, your Kenwood authorized dealer.
Now, let's get back to the Goldeyes pregame show with Paul Edmonds.
Well, the Goldeyes have lost 3 in a row to Fargo. Try to end that here tonight. We welcome you back to our final segment of the Winnipeg Insurance pregame show right at the ballpark. Winnipeg 26-16. Fargo is 21-21. Nice night here. Again, if you're interested, come on down. $5 get you in the ballpark. Should be a good one tonight, or any of the next 12 over the next 13 nights here in Winnipeg on the longest homestand of the season for the Goldeyes. Tyler Herron will get the start for Fargo on the mound. We'll have a look at On the Rubber and the pitching matchup tonight, brought to you by Cal Tire, 5 convenient locations in the capital region, more across the province. We're more than just tires. Cal Tire, true service. Tyler Herron, a right-hander, 6'3", 210 from Wellington, Florida. And he will get the start, his 6th, 12th appearance, 2-3 record, a 3.83 ERA. And for Winnipeg, Chris Salamita, third-year Goldeye, gets the start from Watervliet, New York. 6 feet, 180, 28 years old. And the left-hander this year makes his 9th start, 9th appearance. He's 1-2 with a 4.87 ERA. So that's the pitching matchup. Tyler Herron, a right-hander for Fargo. Chris Salamita, a lefty for Winnipeg. That's it for the pregame show right to the ballpark. We'll pause for the anthems when we come back. Starting lineups, first pitch. Goldeyes, RedHawks, up next on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Knowledge is power.
Get the power you need to succeed at CDI College.
With relevant, focused career training for business, healthcare,
art and design, legal, technology, and more.
Learn more.
Earn more.
Get more out of life with a career you love, not just a job.
Find your passion at cdicollege.ca.
CDI College. We change lives through education.
CDI.
I love it, and we will succeed.
What if I told you that chiropractic care is highly effective in treating work-related injuries, and that the cost is fully covered through the Workers' Compensation Board? And what if I told you that I'll assess the cause of your pain rather than mask your symptoms, and that I'll offer a treatment that doesn't involve drugs or surgery? Would you be interested? Manitoba chiropractors are passionate about improving the lives of all Manitobans, working to help injured workers regain their active lives.
Manitoba Chiropractors.
making life better.
Shorty's Plumbing and Heating is long on service, value, and customer satisfaction. They're your local York certified comfort experts, featuring the finest and high-efficiency York furnaces and air conditioners to keep you comfortable and to save you money on energy bills. Customers keep coming back because they're impressed with Shorty's Plumbing and Heating's Shorty Satisfaction Guarantee. So for your next plumbing, heating, air conditioning, or renovation project, experience the Shorty's Faction difference. Learn more at shortysplumbing.ca.
Grill therapy is on now at Boston Pizza. A way to relax through the healing powers of grilled meat. Kevin and his wife just had octuplets. That's 8 babies.
8 babies. You think you would have seen that on the ultrasound? He said he was a doctor. But this backyard burger made with 100% Canadian beef has almost made me forget that when I get home, I have to feed Samantha, Tanya, Eugene, little Jesus, so funny, Gerald,
Boston
Stanley,
Pizza,
Catherine.
here to make you happy. Visit Boston Pizza for details while quantities last.
You got the best seat in the house. Your house.
Well, game 1 of a 4-game series between Winnipeg and Fargo. Game 1 of a 12-game homestand. Like I said, not the end of the world for the Goldeyes, but it could make or break where they end up. And certainly you always want to be the division winner and not a wild card team by virtue now of getting that extra game at home in a first-round playoff series if you do face the wild card team. Let's have a look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries located at 1425 Ellis. Goldeyes thank them for their support. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, live life comfortably. Well, Chris Salamito will get the start for the Goldeyes, and it will be his 9th. He's 1-2 with a 4.87 ERA, 44 in the third inning, 60 hits, 24 earnings, 10 walks, 28 strikeouts, and the opposition batting .321 against them. For Fargo tonight at 21-21, Zach Penpraise will lead it off, and he is the shortstop. DH is Sergio Pedroza. He bats second. Nick Jackson's had a good year so far, batting .341, hitting third and playing center field. Ryan Delgado will catch tonight and bat cleanup. John Gaston will return to the RedHawks after being with the Chicago White Sox. Plays his first game against the Goldeyes here tonight, game 13 for Fargo. He'll be in left and he'll bat fifth. Ryan Stovall hits 6th. He's at third base. And the bottom 3 for Doug Simonuk and the RedHawks. Marcos Rodriguez batting 7th. He's at first. Carlo Cota, who had his 1,000th hit here in Winnipeg the last time these two teams hooked up, is batting 8th, and he's at second. And Buddy Sosnowski is out in right, hitting 9th. Again, it's Penpraise, Pedroza, Jackson, Delgado, Gaston, Stovall, Rodriguez, Cota, and Sosnowski. Glad to have you along tonight, border to border, right across the province. Settle in for this one is Zach Penpraise and the RedHawks wearing a black top, gray pant, and black socks will step in from the right-hand side. And Salamita and the Goldeyes. And are we going to have a problem here already? Yeah, they've got a gate that's still open. Salamita and the Goldeyes have their traditional home white tops and white pants, red caps on here this evening. So now we're ready to go. And Penpraise stands in from the right side. First pitch is a fastball that missed low and inside. And we're underway tonight at 7:06. 6 minutes after 7 o'clock, and it's ball 1 to Zach Penpraise. The 1-0. Fastball wide, 2 balls and no strikes. Tonight's opening pitch brought to you by the Greenwood Inn and Suites. Make the Greenwood Inn and Suites your home base for all your accommodation, dining, and meeting needs in Winnipeg. And the 2-0 is right down the chute for a strike, and it's 2-1. Call toll-free today, 888-233-6730. 2 balls and a strike to Penpraise, batting .271. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, that's cracked to straightaway center. Back goes Roberson, backpedaling to the edge of the track, and he'll haul it in for the first out, 1 away. And Sergio Pedroza, the DH, will step up and in. Our home plate umpire tonight is Sean Hicks. He calls the balls and strikes. Mike O'Leary is at first. Art Thigpen is at third. Art is also the crew chief. We'll have these gentlemen for the next 8 games here in Winnipeg, so they will rotate around for this series and when Sioux Falls comes to town. First pitch to Pedroza, breaking ball in there for a strike. So Hicks behind home plate, O'Leary at first, Thigpen is at third. And that's our crew for the next 8 games. The pitch. Breaking ball is just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pedroza batting .289, a left-handed 6, a lefty-lefty here. Sun is out, of course. It's beautiful. Shadows just over home plate, the 1-1. Breaking ball is down and away, 2-1. Everybody else is in the sunlight. Chris Salamita, the entire infield and outfield. Wind is blowing in from right center. We'll get you the weather update tonight as well. The 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed. And it's 2-2 to Pedroza. 5 homers, 21 driven in for Sergio Pedroza. Defensively for the Goldeyes, Luis Allen does the catching tonight. Josh Mazzola is over at first base. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and over the roof to our left. 2-2. So Allen catching, Mazzola at first. Bryce Kendall is at second. David Narodowski at short. And welcome back, Sherundle DeCaster at third base. Then John Weber, Chris Roberson, Dan Barbero, left to right in the field. That is the Goldeyes defensive alignment tonight. 2-2. Fastball on the outside edge for a called third strike. And Pedroza will go down looking. First strikeout of the night for Salamita, 2 away in the inning. And that first strikeout brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Manitoba Hydro reminds you to be safe around electricity, folks. 1 strike, and you're out. So 2 down for Nick Jackson. And Jackson is 5th in the league in RBI with 39. Having a real good year. Hitting .341 first pitch. Breaking ball on the outside edge for a strike. You know, you look at Nick Jackson, he has 16 doubles as well. 3 home runs. Between he and the guy on the on-deck circle, Ryan Delgado, they have 31 doubles between them. The pitch. Whoa! Way in behind Nick Jackson. Did he get hit? Yeah, he did. And I don't know if that was intentional or not. You have to remember David Narodowski got thrown behind in Fargo by Tom Boleska. And Boleska ended up getting ejected by that night's home plate umpire, Steve Linton. And with 2 away here, Nick Jackson gets hit by a pitch. And I'm wondering if that is sort of the payback for that, if that was intentional at all. Here's Ryan Delgado. 7 home runs, first pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. One thing we'll never know because nobody will ever admit to it if it was intentional or not. In fact, on the fib side, they might even tell you that it wasn't when, in fact, it might have been. The 0-1 is a changeup on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-2. Lights are on here, but like I said, lots of sunshine. Not a bad gathering at all to start this homestand for almost the next 2 weeks here at home on a Tuesday night. 0-2 to Delgado. 2 away, runner at first, and a throw goes over to first base. And Jackson back in time. Nick is 10 for 10 on the base paths. Fargo does like to run. How about this? 61 stolen bases this year compared to the Goldeyes 43. That is one element of a Doug Simonuk team that they've always had, even going back to 94 and 95 when he was here in Winnipeg. His teams ran. 0-2 is a changeup on the outside edge for a called third strike. And Delgado will go down looking. And Chris Salamita will pick up his second strikeout of the ball game here in the first. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Fargo comes away empty. Goldeyes coming to bat on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Nice and fresh.
Just the way I like it.
This is really good.
That hits the spot.
The spot to hear all that contentment? Our very own fishbowl. The reason? Robins. Smart coffee lovers count on the famous, always fresh taste of Robins coffee to add extra zest to every Goldeyes game. Team it with a Robins fresh baked treat, and you've got, well, a flavored doubleheader. Robins. Fast, fresh, and friendly.
The Field of Dreams Foundation helps kids in need by supporting children's charities. I'm Tony Fletcher, president of the Field of Dreams Foundation, urging you to help out by picking up our special coupon book at Shaw Park for just $5. It's packed with $100 in savings at popular ballpark concessions and local restaurants, or you can pledge an amount per Goldeyes strikeout in the Fillmore Riley K's for Kids program. Learn more at goldeyes.com. Thanks to you, the Field of Dreams Foundation continues to make kids' dreams come true.
A little of this.
Turn it on at work, and we all love it.
Awesome. A little of that.
It's the only station I listen to in my car.
Bob makes my day.
I'm more of a whatever guy.
Tune into Bob's Breakfast with Kelly Parker and Desk.
That's Donald Duck's middle name.
Right. Is it not? Is Fauntleroy or Fauntleroy? Because it's important that I get it right.
Weekdays from 5:30 till 9.
What time are we on again? 5:30? Oh, gosh, that's early.
Add some 80s, 90s, and whatever to your day with 99.9 Bob FM.
We love it.
I listen all day.
Well, we go to the bottom of the first inning. Welcome back. My name is Paul Edmonds, and we are certainly glad to have you along. Swan River, to Nipawin, to Gimli, to Winnipeg, all points in between. Out to our friends on the internet, and to certainly our neighbors south of the Bordeaux. Here's Bryce Kendall to lead it off as we move to the bottom of the first. First pitch from Tyler Herron's a fastball right down the chute for a strike. And the bottom of one is underway. It's Kendall, Roberson, then Weber. The 0-1 is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Then DeCaster, Allen, and Day. Kyle Day DHs today. Then Mazzola, Narodowski, Barbero, 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Defensively here tonight for Fargo, Ryan Delgado, the other half of the battery. Todd Jennings not playing tonight. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled at home plate. And Bryce Kendall will walk that off. A little bit of a stinger on the instep. Marcos Rodriguez is over at first. Carlo Cota at second. Zach Penfrey is at short. Ryan Stovall is at third base. Then John Gaston, Nick Jackson, Buddy Sosnowski, left to right in the field. For Kendall, batting .270. Rick Forney saying in the pregame show today he's going to find a day to give Kendall off. 2-2. Swung on, line to right field. That'll drop for a base hit. Well, maybe not today. Herron left that up in the zone, and Bryce Kendall just went the other way with it. Good piece of hitting, and Kendall has his first hit of the homestand, and the Goldeyes have their first hit of this 12-gamer, and here is Chris Roberson, who will stand in for the left-hand side against the righty in Herron. Roberson leading the team with 8 home runs and 35 driven in. First pitch is a fastball wide, ball 1. Roberson, entering this one, rides a 5-game hitting streak. He was 4 for 13 in Wichita. Herron from the stretch. The 1-0. Breaking ball swung on and fouled back on top of the roof here at Shaw Park. It's 1-1. Kendall is 11 for 11 over at first base. Of course, he's being held on by Rodriguez. But Bryce, of course, has had some leg issues. Ankle on both sides. Some instep problems off foul-offs. He gets an okay lead, the 1-1. And a bunt is shown by Roberson, and he made contact and fouled it back. Ball and 2 strikes. So my point is he healthy enough to run? Healthy enough to run to steal the base. Not just to run, but to steal the base. Or will he stay conservatively over at first base in order to not get thrown out? The pitch. Breaking ball is outside. 2-2 to Roberson at second base. You know, it kind of hinders the Goldeyes because Kendall is a base-stealing threat along with Roberson. But Winnipeg, because of the injuries, the bang-ups, the nagging problems, have not been able to run as well this year. Not only steal bases, go first to third. 2-2. Breaking ball swung on, fouled back. And we do it again. Clearly Clearly, they have not been able to run like Wichita did on the weekend. We saw Fargo do. Sioux Falls likes to. And it's always more exciting and productive when you can go first to third on a hit. 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. And that gets out of play. Good fastball again into the hands of Roberson from Tyler Herron. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the Goldeyes got a big shot in the arm here today. And getting Sherundle DeCaster back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on, and that's hit off the end of the bat. And it goes off by the Goldeyes dugout, third base side, up into the stands, and then back down onto the field. Ryan Stovall, the third baseman, goes over to throw that into the seats. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Roberson. Batting .315. Herron will come set. 2-2. Fastball swung on, hit out toward third. Up with it, Stovall, and off his glove, and it goes up into the air. And it's caught by Penpraise, and they won't have a play. Well, how about that? Stovall, I think, took his eye off the ball for a second. He was going to come up with it. It went off the heel of the glove and bounced right up into the air. And everybody's safe. No throw to first. And that will be an error charged on Ryan Stovall. And we'll go E5 to get Roberson aboard at first base. So instead of turning 2 on what should have been a 5-4-3, everybody's safe. And here's John Weber with nobody out and 2 on. And Weber stands in from the left-hand side. First pitch. Breaking ball is inside, ball 1. John is 2 for his last 18 at the plate. It has been a struggle for him. And Rick Forney was rather candid about that today in our pregame show chat. The 1-0. Breaking ball swung on, popped up. Left field. Easy play for Gaston coming in over toward the line. And he'll make the catch, and there's 1 away. Saying that John needs to be a little bit more prepared. And they had a good chat about that in Wichita on the weekend. And here is Sherundle DeCaster. Well, if batting practice counts for anything, Sherundle DeCaster was nailing baseballs to left field at BP today. Righty-righty. Herron comes set, first pitch. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. DeCaster's last game with the Goldeyes was on June 20th in Sioux Falls. He missed a total of 10 before returning here tonight. The 0-1. Breaking ball swung on, fouled back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-2. So Kendall at second base, Roberson at first, 1 away, and a 0-2 count on Sherundle DeCaster. So at the time of his departure was batting .351 for Winnipeg, 4 homers and 26 driven in. 0-2, fastball swung on and missed, and DeCaster down on strike. He was late on that one. And that's the first strikeout for Tyler Herron here tonight. And here's Louis Allen. And the Goldeyes catcher had 2 days consecutively off. He did not catch on Sunday in Wichita. Kyle Day did. And then Allen had, along with the rest of the team, yesterday off as well. And Steve Montgomery positioning outfielder Buddy Sosnowski in right field, as they're obviously thinking they're going to pitch Allen away, and he's going to go the other way. First pitch, breaking ball swung on, bounced out to short, fielded by Penpraise, underhands Dakota at second, and the Goldeyes are done here in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, a hit, 1 Fargo error, 2 left. We're scoreless through 1. We'll go to the second when we come back. Play the home run inning as well on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
The Mediterranean.
The Greek.
The Mediterranean.
The Greek.
Even if you can't agree on what kind of pizza to get, at least everyone in Winnipeg agrees where to get it. Santa Lucia Pizza. For the 6th straight year, you at Uptown Magazine readers voted Santa Lucia Best Pizza in Winnipeg. They've also received the Consumer Choice Award for Best Pizza Restaurant. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or home delivery, Winnipeg agrees. Santa Lucia Pizza is the best in town.
You see, the best ingredients make the best of the pizza.
Business owners, do you know where your fleet vehicles are?
I have a good idea.
With a GPS tracking system from Sirius Technologies, you'll know their exact locations.
But I trust my employees.
It's more than that. GPS tracking gives you a bird's eye view of your business with real numbers to measure productivity. Imagine adding one more job a day or cutting idling time by 50%. Sirius Technologies. Data is power. It's time to get serious. For your free 1-month trial, visit SiriusTechnologies.ca.
Teamwork wins ball games, and it's made Sabre Agencies an even stronger player in the insurance business. Recently, Sabre Agencies teamed up with Canada's largest personal property insurance company, Intact Insurance. So now, when life throws you a curveball, they'll get you back in the game faster than ever. Are you over 50 with no claims for 3 years? Then you could score big league savings on home insurance, including no deductible on your first claim. Call Sabre Agencies for details. 694-6787.
You're listening to Goldeyes Baseball Live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Avalon and the Gulf Dome.
Top of 2, we welcome you. John Gaston, Ryan Stovall, Marcus Rodriguez, 5, 6, 7 in the order for Fargo in this scoreless tie. Chris Salamita works into his second. Let's get to the weather report here at game time here tonight. And the weather report brought to you by 360winnipeg.ca, Winnipeg's visual directory. To win tickets to upcoming Goldeyes games, go to 360winnipeg.ca and enter to win. First pitch to Gaston is a breaking ball that's low, ball 1. And the second is underway. Well, our current conditions, we are sunny in the city, 28 Celsius. That is 83 Fahrenheit, the 1-0. Breaking ball is outside 2-0. Humidity at 55%, and the wind is out of the southwest at 11 clicks. Not really moving the flags in left field. And the 2-0 is in there for a strike. Gaston thought about it, pulled back, and left-handed swinging outfielder takes strike 1. It's 2-1. So the wind, I would say right now, is not much of a factor. It's pretty calm. The 2-1. Fastball right down the chute for a strike, and it's 2-2. Gaston goes for a little walk here outside that left side batter's box. So again, sunny, 28 Celsius. That is 83 Fahrenheit. 55% is the humidity. Southwest at 11. 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and Gaston went chasing and says something to home plate umpire Sean Hicks on his way back. And it's still barking at him on his way back to that first base dugout for Fargo. Third strikeout for Chris Salamita tonight. And there's one away for Ryan Stovall. By the way, folks, drop into Home Run Sports at De La Seigneurie Boulevard and Bishop Grandin and enter to win in the Home Run Sports home run inning. Here's how it works. If a Goldeye player hits a home run in any inning, first pitch is a little bit high, ball 1. And we pick your name that day, you'll receive an Easton prize package courtesy of Easton Sports. But you must hear your name on this program in order to know that you're a winner. The 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-1. And afterward, you must contact Home Run Sports within 30 days to claim your prize. You can do that in person or by calling 255-7687. Well, 2 winners from Sunday's game. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 1 and 2. On a couple of home runs hit by Gabby Martinez, and they were shots. They both went to straightaway center. And if you're tuning in with a radio here in Winnipeg tonight at the ballpark, pitch is on the outside edge for a called third strike on a changeup, and Stovall didn't like the call. And he'll go down looking. And he's upset as well. 4 strikeouts for Chris Salamita. If you're in the ballpark, if you look out to straightaway center as Marcos Rodriguez will step in from the left side, the batter's eye is that black portion that's behind where it says Goldeyes.com. And in Wichita, it's twice as high. That's that recessed batter's eye. And the first pitch is low, ball one. It's twice as high. And both home runs by Martinez on Sunday hit what would above. He would have hit them over the batter's eye here, the 1-1. Swung on and lined out to left field. There's John Weber coming, diving, and can't make the catch. Got a late jump and got in behind him. Extra bases for Rodriguez. He will round second, head for third. Here comes the throw, and it is not in time. In and out of the glove of Sherundle DeCaster, and Rodriguez will come up with a triple on that. So a 2-out triple for Rodriguez. And Carlo Cota the batter. And Cota batting 194 in the year. And Salamita wants a new apple. He'll get one. Anyway, in Wichita, the batter's eye is twice as high. The backdrop. And he hit almost the top of it. If he hit those 2 home runs here to straightaway center, they would have left the ballpark and gone right over the batter's eye. A 3-run shot and a solo shot in an 8-5 loss for Winnipeg. So each team with a hit. Fargo with an opportunity with a runner at third. First pitch is down and away to Cota, ball one. And on those 2 home runs, we make winners of Dina Bonocci. Dina Bonocci is our first winner tonight. The 1-0. Change up in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. And Marty Kernaghan. Marty Kernaghan is our other winner. Dina Bonocci and Marty Kernaghan are our 2 winners of the Home Run Sports home run inning tonight. The 1-1 Dakota. Breaking ball, half a swing. Did he go? The appeal, yes, at first base, says Mike O'Leary. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. So, Dina and Marty, you've got 30 days to contact Home Run Sports to claim your prize on the Home Run Sports home run inning. We do it every game in the second. And maybe we'll have another winner or winners tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, bounced out toward third. Picked up easily by DeCaster. Throw across in time. Well in advance of Cota getting there. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for Fargo. We'll go to the bottom of the second. When we come back, Winnipeg will step to the plate. We'll play trivia. We're scoreless in downtown on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
You crave adventure. From deep sea diving to rock climbing, you're up for anything. But what about your camera? You need the Pentax Optio WG2 from Don's Photo. The point and shoot that's waterproof, shockproof, freeze-proof, and downright adventure-proof. So if your journeys take you from awe-inspiring cliffs to the depths of the deep blue sea, you're free to capture every moment. Check it out at donsphoto.com or your nearest Don's Photo location, and let's talk photography.
Luxury, convenience, comfort. Have it all with Premier Executive Suites. For business travelers who are always on the move, Premier Executive Suites is your home away from home. You can relax in your comfortable living room, grab a midnight snack in your complete kitchen, and do that last-minute load of laundry with your handy in-suite washer and dryer. Book your extended stay in Winnipeg with Premier Executive Suites. Visit premiersuites.com to make your booking today. Take more of your life with you with Premier Executive Suites.
Cheers to the NSA slow pitch team whose uniforms are not uniform at all. Cheers to the times where more prep goes into playing after the game than playing in it. Cheers to the team who carries the cooler to the bench first and then maybe goes back to the van for the bats, balls, and gloves. Cheers from the Bud family, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Light Lime. Proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes and every NSA slow pitch team in Winnipeg. Go get 'em.
Bottom of the second, we welcome you back right across the network. Glad to have you along. Kyle Day, the DH for Winnipeg tonight, will lead it off. No score. Tyler Herron's first pitch is right down the chute for a strike, and the last of the second is underway. Kyle Day, Josh Mazzola, and David Narodowski, 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Each team with a hit. Fargo's made the lone error. We're scoreless. The 0-1. Swung on, ground ball right side. Two-hopper, fielded by first baseman Rodriguez. He'll make the unassisted play. And that is it for Kyle Day, 1 down. And the batter, Josh Mazzola. Let's play trivia here as well. And the trivia contest question brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg. Place Louis Riel, specializing in spacious executive suites. A little bit of a nondescript question tonight. Zola was 0 for 4. Steps in on Sunday. First pitch in there for a strike. And Josh was 2 for 9 in that series in Wichita. The 0-1 breaking ball is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. By the way, contest open to those that haven't won in the last 30 days. And the 0-2. Breaking ball down and away. And Mazzola lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up for grabs, a pair of Goldeye tickets to a future home game. You'll also be eligible to win the grand prize of a weekend stay at the Place Louis at the end of the season. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, lined out to left. That will drop for a base hit and be taken on a hop by John Gaston. Big turn at first for Mazzola, but he'll stay put there. So a 1-out single. Here's David Narodowski, who has his average up to 200. Congratulations, because I know nobody likes to look at a batting average below 200. But he's probably not doing backflips with a 200 batting average, but it's a long climb to get it back up there when you've struggled. And he was 2 for 4 on Sunday to get it right at 200. First pitch. Fastball swung on, foul back for strike 1. Number to call if you think you know the answer tonight is 780-1290. 780-1290, area code 204 if you need to dial it. No score here, 1 out, 1 on. Herron comes set, 0-1. Breaking ball is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The question tonight is this. In the last 2 seasons, I want to know how many games has third baseman Amos Ramon missed due to injury. 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-2. In the last 2 seasons, how many games has third baseman Amos Ramon missed due to injury? 780-1290, 780-1290. There is good news there, though. If you missed the show on Saturday, breaking ball swung on and missed. And Narodowski down on strikes. Second strikeout tonight for Tyler Herron. Here's Dan Barbero. Amos will likely be ready to go and back in the lineup at the end of this month. If you missed the Saturday show, we had him on. He was saying that he's actually starting to throw the baseball already, which is good. Here's Barbero, did not play Sunday. First pitch is low, ball 1. So that's the question. In the last 2 seasons, how many games has third baseman Amos Ramon missed due to injury? 780-1290, 780-1290. Herron comes set, 2 away, runner at first, the 1-0. Breaking balls in there for a strike. And Barbero will take that. Dan was 1 for 6 in Wichita. He is 3 for his last 9. And he's batting .288 coming in. 1-1. Fastball swung on, foul back. He had a good hack on that pitch. As they came back with a fastball inside. 1-2. We're in the bottom of the second. We're scoreless. Herron from the stretch, the 1-2. Fastball swung on, jammed him, bounced over the left side of the infield to his right, Ben Braze, and he'll pick it and throw it back against the grain of his body to first to get Barbero, and that is it for Winnipeg in the bottom of the second. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We'll go to the third. We'll check other leagues, other cities. The out-of-town scoreboard is next. The scoreboard here reads Winnipeg nothing, Fargo nothing, through 2 on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Hit a home run this summer at any of Arby's 6 Winnipeg locations. Whether you want to lead off with Arby's oven-roasted roast beef or return for a designated hit. With a market-fresh sandwich or wrap, you'll always come away feeling like a winner after a visit to Arby's. What are you thinking? I'm thinking Arby's. Locally owned and operated and proud to be a corporate sponsor of your Winnipeg Goldeyes.
For 5 years, the new Pembina Chrysler has become Winnipeg's most conveniently located automotive center. From a 30-minute orange-free oil change, All-Make Collision Center, Canada's largest parts volume dealer, or an incredible selection of new and used vehicles, it's really all here at the new Pembina Chrysler. So why drive to the outskirts of the city to buy, much less go all the way back for service, when it's all here at the new Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, 300 Pembina Highway or PembinaChrysler.com.
In the competitive world of aluminum fishing boats, the bar has been raised again. Introducing the new Aluminum Kingfisher Revolution with exclusive Preflex hull technology that delivers super strong construction, increased performance, and load handling without extra weight. It's the perfect combination for the weekend angler or fishing fanatic. Discover these revolutionary boats at kingfishermultispecies.com or contact Winnipeg Sport and Leisure at 1-800-661-7669. Kingfisher. Fish the good times.
You're listening to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball, live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Sirius Technologies. Let's get back to the action with Paul Edmonds.
Well, we go to the third. And for Fargo, it is Buddy Sosnowski, left-handed stick to lead it off. The only player that hasn't batted in this game. Save for the pitchers, of course. First pitch to him. Right down the chute for a strike. And the third is underway. Sosnowski, Penn Praise, Pedroza, 9-1-2. We have a winner on trivia. Winner and the answer coming up in inning number 7. The 0-1. Swung on, ground ball back up the middle. That's going to get by Kendall, and Buddy Sosnowski has a leadoff single in this scoreless tie. And Sosnowski 2 for 3 on the base pass. I would think that Fargo would like to see about maybe advancing him to second. Bucky Burgow is coaching third for the RedHawks. And Zach Penpraise will stand in from the right-hand side. Penpraise flew out to center field his first trip. He's 0 for 1. Second hit for Fargo, each team with 2 hits now. Penpraise stands in from the right side, and lefty Salamita will go to work. First pitch, showing bunt, pulling back, taking a breaking ball in there for a strike. Out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. We'll go to the American Association first. There was one Major League game that was played today. And St. Paul leading Lincoln 12-3 in the ninth. And a throw goes over to first base. And Sosnowski back in time. So 12-3, St. Paul leading Lincoln in the bottom of 9. And the 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Penpraise batting .271. He leads the league in stolen bases, and he's second in base on balls. He has 17 stolen bases, 31 walks. The 0-2. Fastball. He showed bunt again, pulled back, and took outside. This time, it's a ball and 2 strikes. Penpraise a homer and 10 driven in. Sosnowski being held on by Mazzola. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on, line to right center. That'll drop for a base hit. Sosnowski will go around second, head for third. And there is a 1-2 base hit for Zach Penpraise. And there's runners on the corners now for Sergio Pedroza. And Pedroza struck out looking his first trip. In the 6th inning, Wichita and Grand Prairie. Interesting battle there going on in Texas. They're tied at 1 in the 6th. Amarillo and Worcester interleague play are scoreless in Amarillo in the 3rd. Sioux Falls leading Kansas City 3-0 in the bottom of the 1st. Bottom second, Sioux City and Gary are scoreless. And then, of course, later to come, St. Paul and Lincoln in Game 2. And at 8:05 tonight, Laredo at El Paso. Nobody out, runners on the corners. First pitch to Pedroza is down and away, ball one. Shadows over home plate, enveloping third as well, and just to the edge of the mound. And also shade over at first base as well. Big strip of sunlight in the middle infield. Salamina in some trouble here, and a throw goes over to first, and Penpraise will get back in time. Penpraise, as I mentioned, leading the league in stolen bases, 17. He's 17 of 18 on the base paths. 1-0 is down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Swung on. That is lined over short into left center for a base hit. Over to pick it up with a backhand is Weber. In to score is Sosnowski. First to third goes Penpraise. RBI single by Pedroza. And Fargo opens up the scoring. It's 1-0. And Nick Jackson the batter, so runners on the corners and still nobody out. It is 3 straight hits given up by Chris Salamita. We've been informed that first game between St. Paul and Lincoln was the completion of a suspended game from June 20th. And then they'll play the regularly scheduled game tonight. First pitch is a breaking ball that's in there for a strike to Jackson. And St. Paul leading that handily, 12-3. Jackson was hit by a pitch his first trip. 1-0 Fargo here. The 0-1 is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Good changeup. In the National League today, one final. What a slugfest it was. A final in 10. Milwaukee 13, Miami 12. 0-2 to Jackson. And the pitch. Breaking ball just off the table, 1-2. Levon Hernandez picked up the win for the Brewers, who have now won 4 in a row. Heath Bell blew the save, took the loss for Miami. He drops to 2-4. 1-2 to Jackson. Salamita comes set, and the throw goes over to first, and back in time is Pedroza, who's 2 for 2 on the base paths. 6th inning, Washington leading San Francisco 8-2. Ian Desmond has homered for the Nationals, his 14th. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jackson. Allen sets up way outside, and the pitch. Breaking ball is outside, 2-2. Jackson had a notion, didn't go around. In the 5th, Houston leading Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh 4-2, although Andrew McCutcheon has homered for the Bucks, his 16th of the year. 3rd inning, Atlanta leading the Chicago Cubs 1-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nick Jackson, the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He went chasing. 5th strikeout for Chris Salamita. There's 1 away for Ryan Delgado, who went down looking his first trip. In the 6th inning, the New York Mets lead Philadelphia 6-1. The Phillies have lost 5 in a row. Carlos Ruiz has homered for the Phillies for their lone run, and they're trailing by 5 in New York. 3rd inning, St. Louis ahead of Colorado 2-0, thanks to a home run by Matt Holliday. His 14th. First pitch is in there for a strike to Delgado, who goes for a little walk. Thought it was a little high and outside. 1-0 Fargo. Runners on the corners. And 1 away here. Salamita comes set. And the 0-1. And Delgado will put that in play, left side, but foul. 0-2. Little surprise, Matt Holliday was not a All-Star with the National League. Passed over. Hit his 14th home run tonight. 2-0 St. Louis over Colorado. Rockies have lost 3 in a row. And a step off by Salamita, and he and Luis Sala will call for time and meet in front of the mound. 8:40 tonight, San Diego and Arizona. Arizona's lost 3 in a row. San Diego's won 3 straight. Trevor Bauer for the Snakes tonight. Andrew Kashner for the Padres. And at 9:10, Cincinnati at the Dodgers. Johnny Cueto, 9-4 for the Reds. Chris Capuano, 9-3 for the Dodgers, who picked up a much-needed win on Sunday night. The 0-2 is just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ryan Delgado, who struck out looking his first trip. He has 15 doubles, batting .304, 7 homers, 33 driven in, a right-handed stick. Runners on the corners, 1 away. 1 in already for Fargo in this third. They lead it 1-0. And the 1-2 pitch is outside, 2-2. American League, 5th inning. Cleveland 7. The Los Angeles Angels 5. Shelley Duncan is homered again for Cleveland, his 7th. Although Albert Pujols with his 13th and Mike Trout with his 10th have countered for the Angels, who trail by 2 in the 5th in Cleveland. In the 6th, Toronto leading Kansas City 6-3. 2-2. Breaking ball swung on, popped up. Foul territory. First base side. Mazzola's underneath it. Calls off Allen. Makes the catch, and there's 2 away. And now Mazzola's going to sprint over to first base, and they're going to double off Sergio Pedroza. What a colossal mistake on the base paths for Fargo. On a pop-up on the infield. How do you wander off that far? Where did you think the baseball was? And the Goldeyes get a gift here. A pop-out caught by Mazzola off the bat of Delgado for out number 2. And then Pedroza wandered out towards second. And he gets doubled off on an unassisted double play by the Goldeyes first baseman here in the top of the third. That could be a bit of a turning point here. Although Fargo gets 1, the Goldeyes will gain some momentum by that. A run. 3 hits, 1 left for Fargo after 2.5. Bottom of the third is next on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Your barbecue would like a word with you. Turkey. No, it's not calling you a turkey. It's merely suggesting that Granny's fresh turkey pieces make a great change of taste on the barbecue. Fast, convenient, delicious, and packed with nutrition, Granny's turkey pieces are the perfect way to add sensible sizzle to your barbecuing. Take it from the one who really knows. Granny's Turkey goes great on the barbecue. Granny's Turkey. Great taste, healthy living.
If I said to you, you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? Well, not if you got the body work done at Morey Auto Body, because beautiful body work is what they do best. They're not part of some giant chain, so they treat every customer like their only customer, and that means attention to detail like you wouldn't believe. Frame straightening, expert refinishing, even boat repairs, painting, and deckling. Morey Auto Body does it all and does it right. Really right. Right where you'd expect them to be, at 700 Morey. These guys hit it right out of the park.
Got all your bases covered? With Manitoba Blue Cross, you do. They provide peace of mind for you and your family, no matter what the situation. Planning on taking a little family trip? Make sure to get travel coverage from Blue Cross. Looking for more benefits for your employees? Look no further than Blue Cross. They also handle individual life insurance. It's a real triple play.
Contact your insurance broker or visit nb.bluecross.ca.
Manitoba Blue Cross, color of caring.
First pitch to Bryce Kendall is on the outside edge for a strike as we welcome you back. 1-0 Fargo after 2.5. Kendall, Roberson, Weber. Top of the order, the pitch. Breaking ball is in there for a strike from Tyler Herron. Kendall 1 for 1 tonight. A run, 4 hits, 1 error for Fargo, 0-2 for Winnipeg. 0-2 pitch is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just to finish up, Toronto leading Kansas City 6-3 in the 6th. Adam Lind is homered again for Toronto since his call up from AAA Vegas. His 6th. The 1-2 is low, 2-2. Bottom 1, Detroit is trailing at home after delay. Minnesota 1, Detroit no score. Minnesota's won 4 in a row. 2-2 to Kendall. Swing and a miss. He went chasing on that breaking ball, and we'll have a seat on strike. Strikeout number 3 for Tyler Herron tonight. And Chris Robertson, the batter, he reached on an error his first trip. 5th inning, Tampa Bay leads the Yankees 5-4 down in Florida. Dwayne Wise has homered for New York, his 3rd. And the Chicago White Sox are all over Texas 5-0 in the 2nd with 3 home runs already. First pitch. Swung on, bounced right side, foul. Adam Dunn, maybe the comeback player of the year, his 25th homer for the White Sox. Kevin Youkilis, his 5th. Alex Rios, his 11th. And then at 9:05 tonight, Boston at Oakland, Baltimore at Seattle. The 0-1 pitch is just on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2. For Boston tonight in Oakland, John Lester 5-5. Bartolo Colon will get the start for the A's. He's 6-7. 0-2. Breaking ball swung on, ground ball right side to his left. Coda up with it, throw to first, and there's 2 down for John Weber. He flew out to left field. And for Baltimore tonight, they've lost 3 in a row. Wei-Yin Chen gets the start against Felix Hernandez in Seattle. And that's our first look at the Manitoba Blue Cross out of town scoreboard. Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. And some notes today around baseball will pass along as well. First pitch to Weber is on the inside edge for a strike. Well, congratulations. It's the final year that he will play. He's sort of having his swan song season. But Chipper Jones today named to the All-Star team. The 0-1 is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He'll replace the injured Matt Kemp. So the Braves' third baseman, one of the best switch-hitting players in the game all time. 1-1, swung on, foul back, and it's 1-2. Will play in Kansas City next week at the Major League All-Star Game. Jones is 40 years old. And he was told today, after batting practice, that he was going. Playing Kauffman Stadium. 1-2 to Weber. Swung on, a bullet hit foul. Right side. And it's a ball, 2 strikes. Chipper's not having a bad year, hitting .291, 6 homers, 29 RBI. But, you know, as with the last couple of years in his career, having a tough time staying in the lineup every day. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It got away from the catcher, Delgado. Sprinting for first is Weber, and he will get there with some great hustle. So it's a strikeout and a wild pitch. And the Goldeyes have a base runner for Sherundle DeCaster. So, 4th strikeout tonight for Tyler Herron. A wild pitch. And here's DeCaster, who's 0 for 1. He struck out his first trip. For you former Blue Jays, well, for you Blue Jays fans that like former Blue Jays, and now for you Cardinals fans, Chris Carpenter is done for the year. Pitcher with the Cards. First pitch to DeCaster, swung on, foul back for strike 1. He'll undergo season-ending surgery after reoccurrences of numbness and weakness in his arm. That's a big blow for the Cardinals. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 0-2. And the Blue Jays today locked up their first-round draft pick from this year, Marcus Stroman, 21-year-old out of Duke University, selected 22nd overall by the Jays in that June draft. 0-2 is a little bit high, 1-2. CBS Sports reported that Stroman signed for $1.8 million. as a signing bonus. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Breaking balls on the inside edge for a called third strike. And Sherundle the catcher has struck out twice here tonight. And the Goldeyes are done in the third. 5 strikeouts now for Tyler Herron. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. We'll go to the fourth. Fargo leads at 1-0 on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
When Winnipeggers' stuff exceeds their space, why do so many rely on Storageville?
It's so convenient.
With 2 prime locations, 830 Waverly and 123 Reinders at State Pond Road.
Access to your locker is really easy.
It's totally secure. Every unit is alarmed and video monitored every minute, every day.
My house should be so clean.
They even have a free cube van to stick your stuff in. Storageville, where Winnipeg stores. Learn more about their wow factors at storageville.ca.
Recycle everywhere.
It's a swing, and he popped it up. Has he got it?
The ball was caught, but not by a glove, Mike. Looks like it landed inside a Recycle Everywhere bin. I'd recognize that little blue bird anywhere.
They're everywhere these days.
Beverage container recycling is expanding in Manitoba. Look for Recycle Everywhere bins at Shaw Stadium and other public places. Visit us at recycleeverywhere.ca.
Recycle everywhere.
Ever wonder how you can get your children to spend more time outside?
And get them away from computer games and TV?
Studies show that parents who are active often have healthy, active kids.
So be an active role model. Get up, get out, and play with your kids.
Walk the dog.
Play some catch.
Shovel the driveway.
For a game of ball hockey. He shoots, he scores!
Remember, active role models, active kids.
Find out more by visiting manitobainmotion.ca.
A message from the Manitoba government.
It's time to get back into the action. Batter up, turn it up. This is Goldeyes Baseball on TSN 1290. Now back to the voice of the Goldeyes, Paul Edmonds.
Well, we go to the fourth inning. And it's 1-0 for the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. John Gaston will lead it off, followed by Ryan Stovall and Marcus Rodriguez. Hitters 5, 6, and 7. One other baseball note. Roy Halladay went through a vigorous bullpen session today before the Philly-New York Mets game in New York. And he could be back shortly after the All-Star break next week. 2-time Cy Young Award winner. He would certainly help Philly, but boy, they need a lot more than just Roy Halladay right now. First pitch is in there for a strike to John Gaston. The fourth is underway. Chris Salamita works into inning number 4. Glad to have you along tonight, wherever you're tuning in from. And the pitch. Swing and a cue shot. Foul. Off the bat of Gaston. In Gimli, 107.5 FM. Neepawa, 97.1 FM. And way up there in Swan at 104.5 FM in Swan River on CJ Radio. How do you folks tuning in on our originating station, TSN 1290, the O2. Fastball wide, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And certainly on the internet, welcome. Hi to our shut-in fans as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fargo leads at 1-0. Gaston 0 for 1. Leads it off here in the fourth. We're holding steady at 28 degrees Celsius, 83 Fahrenheit. Lovely night. Summer has arrived in Winnipeg. 1-2. Breaking ball, swung on and fouled into the seats, I think. And it does finally get there down the left field line. Still a ball and 2 strikes to John Gaston, who has 4 home runs and he's driven in 12. He's batting .404. Lefty here. And the pitch from Salamita. Breaking ball swung on. Weakly hit right side. Up with it, Kendall. Better hurry over to first in time to get John Gaston. A little closer than you might have expected. But, you know, for Price, you wanted to make sure that he got the baseball, got a good grip on it, and made a good throw. He did. And here's Ryan Stovall, who went down looking his first trip. Tomorrow, back on the air at 6:30 on TSN 1290. We'll step aside till Sunday on the network for you folks on CJ Radio. And tomorrow, Ace Walker versus Alex Caldera, a couple of right-handers. First pitch is outside, ball one. Walker 4-2 with a 3.13 ERA. Caldera 6-1 with a 2.90. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball is outside 2-0. And then on Thursday night, Tony Butler versus Paul Burnside. Lefty for Winnipeg, righty for Fargo. Then Matt Rush against Aaron Schaefer, a couple of right-handers on Friday. 2-0. Breaking ball is outside, 3-0. By the way, congratulations to Matt Rush. Yesterday named the American Association Pitcher of the Month for June. The 3-0 pitch, right down the chute for a strike. It's 3-1. And Matt certainly deserved a player or a pitcher of the week selection already. Now a pitcher of the month. Pitch is swung on, and it's 3-2 as Stovall went waving at that. Ryan Stovall hitting .265, a couple of homers, and 24 driven in. And the payoff pitch. Swung on a fastball and fouled back. Fargo with a run on 4 hits. They've made an error. The Goldeyes have not scored, and they have 2 hits here tonight. That was after having 10 on Sunday in Wichita, 9 on Saturday, and 11 on Friday night. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced out toward third. Fielded nicely by DeCaster. Shuffles and throws to first in time. 2 away. And the batter is Marcos Rodriguez, who had a triple. He put a ball out to left field, and John Weber came in, tried to dive for it, missed it, got behind him, and Rodriguez turned what? If you come up and take it on a hop, it's a single. But when you try to make the catch to record the out, if you don't, it's high risk, high reward, right? If you don't, well, it gets behind you usually, and that extra base or two can be taken. First pitch to Rodriguez is swung on and lined right back up the middle for a base hit. And an Olay there by Salamita. He missed it. That went skinnying by his right ear. And Rodriguez has a 2-out single here, his second hit of the night. And Carlo Cota the batter. And Cota will stand in from the right-hand side. 5th hit for Fargo off Salamita tonight. And Rodriguez 2 for 3 on the base paths. First pitch to Cota. Swung on, fouls the plate. Strike 1. Nothing in 1 to Carlo Cota, batting .194. Cota's first professional hit came in Medicine Hat, Alberta. His 1,000th professional hit, Winnipeg, Manitoba. He'll be forever tied to this country over his career. Pitch is low, 1-1, just in his own memoirs, of course. He's from a place called Calexico, California. It's down in sort of southeast California, pretty close to the Mexican border. 1-1. Swung on, chopper right back to the pitcher. One hop, fielded by Salamita, over to first, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left for Fargo. They lead it 1-0 after 3.5. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th when we return. You're listening to Goldeyes Baseball from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
This Goldeyes season, Salisbury House on the Esplanade Riel is hitting it right out of the park with great new taste sensations to get you ready to roar before the game or relive the fun after the final out. With so many great choices, every visit is a new eating adventure. And remember, Sal's is the only place to go for a nip platter, the fan favorite that hits a home run every time. So before or after any Goldeyes game, stroll on over for great food and fun on the Esplanade Riel at Salisbury House. Your house, your food, your way.
Betcha I can hit and throw as good as you.
Oh, yeah? Let's see.
Yeah!
Nice hit.
He may be ready to play with the big boys, but he may not be ready for...
Hey, if you're such a hot shot, try some of this.
Yuck! What is that?
It's just a little chew. Just don't tell Mom.
Talk to your kids about chewing tobacco today, because if you think you've prepared them for everything, you don't know spit.
Brought to you by Mantra, the Manitoba Tobacco Reduction Alliance for Tobacco-Free Sport.
A good hit to right field. It's going. Over the wall.
Another home run at Cambrian Credit Union. Get the shirt off our backs at the July 10th Goldeyes Sioux Falls matchup. Get more than the shirt off our backs. Bank for free with the unfee at Cambrian Credit Union.
Well, we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. We welcome you back. Luis Allen to lead it off, followed by Kyle Day, the DH, and Josh Mazzola, first pitch. He's in there for a strike. Good slider there from Tyler Herron. 1-0 Fargo leads it. The road hitting Winnipeg 5-2 as well. And the 0-1 is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luis Allen on a 3-game hitting streak. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He had a real good series in Wichita. 1-1. Swung on, filleted, foul. Right side, way out of play, and probably onto Pioneer Avenue, and it's 1-2. Allen was 7 for 13 with 3 RBI in South Central Kansas. And Luis is hitting .323 on the year. The pitch. Slider down and away, 2-2. Nice block there by Ryan Delgado. Allen has 3 homers, and he's driven in 22, batting 5th in the order. Did a real nice job as the cleanup batter for Winnipeg. 2-2. Breaking ball swung on, looped out toward right, and right there is Buddy Sosnowski in toward the alley on that little flare, and he'll make the catch for the first out. And Kyle Day, the batter. Now the Goldeyes are not mustering much off Tyler Herron here this evening. Kyle Day will step in from the left side. And Day is 0 for 1 tonight. And the first pitch swung on, popped up. A mile high in left field. Sprinting is Gaston toward the line, and he will make the catch in fair territory. Nice catch by John Gaston, and there's 2 away. First pitch swinging and being put out as Kyle Day. And here is Josh Mazzola. When you look at Tyler Herron, he's made 2 starts against the Goldeyes this year. He's lost both. First pitch is in there for a strike, but the ERA very good, over 15 innings coming in, a 1.20 ERA. And the pitch is on the inside edge for a strike. Quickly, 0-2 to Mazzola, who's 1 for 1 tonight. Bryce Kendall and Josh Mazzola have the only 2 hits off of Tyler Herron this evening. We're in the 4th, 1-0 Fargo. The 0-2 is in there for a called third strike, and Mazzola will go down looking. And that is strikeout number 6 for Tyler Herron, and the Goldeyes go 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. We'll go to the 5th. 1-0 Fargo on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Have you been running? Running up credit card debts, running up bills, running on money you may not have just to keep one step ahead of creditors? Sooner or later, it catches up with all of us. That's when we need someone who can help with credit counseling, credit proposals, and other options. So stop running and fix the debt you have. Elsie Taylor, trustee in bankruptcy. Your way forward. Visit us at lctaylor.net.
Support your own. The Goldeyes and Fort Garry Brewing.
Located right here in Winnipeg, Fort Garry Brewing is Manitoba's #1 brewery, crafting a full spectrum of delicious beers and ales, including the award-winning Fort Garry Dark and fan favorite Fort Garry Pale, both of which are available at Shaw Park. So cheer on the home team. Fort Garry Brewing, Manitoba made, Manitoba's own.
Welcome back. How was the vacation?
It was fine. Why is everything so different in here?
We upgraded all our office equipment to new technology from Ricoh through Milne Office Systems.
How much more is this costing us?
After Milne did a document needs analysis, they showed us how we could increase our productivity and decrease our costs.
So where's my new copier?
It's not a copier, it's a Ricoh!
Visit milneoffice.com to arrange for your own customized Ricoh digital workflow solution today.
You're listening to Goldeyes Baseball live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Fergie's Fish and Chips and Manitoba Turkey Producers.
Well, we go to the fifth. Buddy Sosnowski, who scored the only run in this game, will lead it off. He led off the third with a single and scored. Fargo leads at 1-0, but they've had more chances than Winnipeg. They have 5 hits. The Goldeyes have 2 through 4. First pitch from Salamita. Swung on, line to the gap in right center. That's going to be trouble, and it is going to get down and be an extra base hit for Buddy Sosnowski. First pitch swinging, doubles to the gap in right center. Ball was picked up there by Roberson, and it's a leadoff double here for the number 9 batter in the order, who was hitting .286 coming in. Hit number 6 off Chris Salamita. And here's Zach Penpraise, and I've got to think Fargo will try to have Penpraise drop a bunt here. And some fans all over Penpraise about the length of his hair. And Luis Allen and Chris Salamita will get together out in front of the mound again. Chris Salamita looking to have a bounce-back start. The last 2 have been pretty short. 4 innings and 3 2/3 against Sioux City and Sioux Falls. His only win of the year for Salamita came against Fargo. Corners creeping in on the grass, expecting a bunt here from Penpraise. First pitch is a little high, ball 1. Salamita and the Goldeyes defeated the RedHawks 9-4 back on June 9th. That's Chris's only win this year. In 2 of his last 3 decisions, breaking balls in there for a strike, it's 1-1. He has suffered losses. And his only 2 losses of the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Penpraise has not shown bunt yet. Might here, though. 1-1. Swung on, high chopper. Leaping and coming down with it as DeCaster throws to first. And it's dug out of the dirt with a backhand by Mazzola on a one-hop throw. Oh, equally nice plays at both corners of the infield here. A high chopper with DeCaster in on the grass. If he doesn't leap and come down with that, it gets by him. Probably scores Sosnowski from second. And maybe it's an extra base hit for Zach Penpraise. Instead, DeCaster coming down, climbing the ladder on that one, and making a really nice play to go 5-3. And then a good dig out of the dirt over at first by Mazzola, holding Sosnowski at second base. First pitch to Pedroza is a breaking ball that's outside, ball 1. Boy, the implications if you don't make that play right there are huge. Fargo's probably up 2-0, and you're looking at nobody out and a runner at second again. The 1-0 is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. While he leapt and came down with it, I don't think that he had much left on that vertical at all over at third. In on the grass expecting the bunt. And then trying to hurry to get Penpraise. He one-hops the throw over to first, but Mazzola, a real nice backhand dig out. Great play at both corners. 1-1. Breaking ball swung on and fouled back over the roof. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Pedroza tonight has driven in the lone run with an RBI single. It's been all or nothing for him, an RBI single and a strikeout looking. There's one away now with the runner at second. We're in the fifth, 1-0 Fargo. And Salamita, lefty here, leaning in to get the sign from Luis Allen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball is down and away, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Sergio Pedroza. Hitting .289, 5 homers, and now 22 driven in. Salamita will come set. 2-2. Breaking ball is outside, 3-2. Goldeyes will play Fargo for the next 4 nights, including tonight. And then Sioux Falls comes in on Saturday for 4. Then a day off on the 11th, and then St. Paul for 4, and then back on the road. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, popped up. Right center field. In toward the alley is Roberson. He'll make the catch and fire it right back into the cutoff man there. Right on the button to shortstop Narodowski. And it holds Sosnowski at second base. So 2 away for Nick Jackson, who has been hit by a pitch and struck out. Jackson was hit in the first with 2 away, and then struck out in the third. 1 of 5 punch-outs for Chris Salamita tonight. 1-0 Fargo. They have 6 hits to the Goldeyes 2. Lefty here. Salamita will come set. First pitch. Swing and a miss on that breaking ball, and it's 0-1. 5,076 here tonight. 5,076 in attendance. Nick Jackson batting .341. Salamita again from the stretch. The 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Three home runs, 39 driven in for Nick Jackson. Leads the team in RBI. He's 5th in the league in runs batted in. Runner at second, 2 away, and a 0-2 count on Nick Jackson. And Jackson will call for time and step out of that left side batter's box. Salamita looks in, gets the sign and comes set. Checks the runner, the pitch. Breaking ball just off the table, 1-2. For Salamita in that win against Fargo, 7 1/3 innings. 6 hits, 1 run. He walked 1, only struck 1 out. Faced 29 batters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball, turned on, bounced foul. First base side, 1-2. And then Chris had a little bit of arm inflammation on June 19th in Sioux Falls. 3 2/3 innings, 5 earned runs. Then here at home, his last start on June 26th against Sioux City, 4 innings, 5 earned runs. They backed up his last start by a couple of days. And then with the days off in the 3-game series, he's the 1-2 is just outside, 2-2. Pitching here today. On 6 days rest. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nick Jackson. Lefty. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and Jackson down on strike. And that's it for Fargo. Curse to the leadoff double here in the top of the 5th. 6 punch-outs for Chris Salamita. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for Fargo. Bottom 5 is next. RedHawks lead the Goldeyes 1-0 on the Winnipeg Goldeyes Radio Network.
What should we bring to the lake for dinner tonight?
Something easy that we can throw in the cooler.
Turkey?
Granny's Poultry introduces their new seasoned turkey breast roast.
Sounds good.
Really good.
Pick up a frozen Granny's seasoned turkey breast roast from your local grocery store. Throw it in the cooler, and by the time you get to the lake, it's barbecue ready. For simple and simply delicious recipes, visit Manitoba Turkey Producers at turkey.mb.ca.
Fix it, build it, or buy it. No matter what, you can feel right at home with an SCU mortgage. We offer builder mortgages to full benefits mortgages, all built with comfortable values you know and trust, all with flexible rate options tailored to meet your needs. So whether you're fixing, building, or buying, talk to an SCU mortgage specialist today. Steinbach Credit Union, taking care of the world's most important mortgage, yours.
In business, you need all aspects of your operation working together. Still, the decisions you make in one area can impact another. At MNP, we offer a full range of services from accounting, consulting, and tax, so we can help across all aspects of your operation with the resources and industry-specific knowledge that can help your business grow. Think forward. Contact your local MNP office or visit us online at mnp.ca.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. My name is Paul Edmonds. Glad to have you along. 1-0 Fargo. David Narodowski leads it off. First pitch. Here's a slider in there for a strike. Tyler Herron working into his 5th. A walk. 6 strikeouts. He's given up 2 hits, both singles. 0-1. Swung on, and that is softly looped out towards shallow right center. Second baseman Coda back, and he makes the catch for the first out. Sounded like Narodowski broke his bat on that as well. So 1 down for Dan Barbero. Goldeyes need something here to kind of kickstart the offense. It's not produced much here tonight. Now credit Tyler Herron. Here in the bottom of 5, we'll have a look at what the Goldeyes are doing this week. First pitch to Barbero. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Goldeyes this week brought to you by Boston Pizza. Try Boston Pizza's all-meat wings, the 0-1. Breaking ball is in there for another strike, and Dan thought that was high. Pointed to his belt, meaning, hey, it was above my belt. Nothing in 2. This summer, nothing goes better. The pitch, swing and a miss, and Dan Barbero made short work of. A couple of curveballs and a swinging fastball that he got. 7 strikeouts for Tyler Herron, 2 away from Bryce Kendall. Hey, this summer nothing goes better with BP's all-meat wings than all beer. Boston Pizza, here to make you happy. Well, as mentioned, the Goldeyes are here for 12. Tonight was Pepsi Cap giveaway to the first 2,500 fans. First pitch is high, ball 1. And a lot of folks have them on here tonight. How are they fitting? Real good. The 1-0. Swung on, lined over first, down the right field line, fair ball. It's going to skip in toward the corner. Sosnowski over to pick it up. He's going to fire to second, head first slide, and Kendall is out. Nice play by Buddy Sosnowski, who's got 2 hits tonight, a run scored, and an assist from the outfield on that. A base hit for Kendall, and then 9-6, trying to stretch it into a double. Real nice play by the right fielder for Fargo. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. On to the 6th. 1-0 Fargo on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Hello, Ken Plain here. If you're looking for a foundation contractor that you can trust, go with Avalon. But don't just take my word for it. For over 40 years, people in Winnipeg and surrounding areas have gone with Avalon for their foundation issues. So you know that you are dealing with professionals. To learn more of what we can do for you, call 783-2500. Go with the name you trust. Go with Avalon Construction.
Ever try sucking an orange through a straw? How about 5.
Oh, come on!
It can happen, because we're blending up a difference at Jugo Juice. Our fresh fruit smoothies knock it out of the park with over 5 servings of fruit jammed into every 24-ounce cup. This season, make it a mini combo with a zesty Southwest chicken wrap. Get healthy on the go with Jugo Juice. Find us at Shaw Park and online at jugojuice.com.
Milwaukee Tools continue to revolutionize the cordless power tool industry with the introduction of M18 Fuel, an exclusive line of extreme performance cordless power tools designed, engineered, and built by Milwaukee to deliver unmatched productivity. When you use an M18 tool with the Fuel name, you know you've invested in the most advanced cordless technology available. Simply put, Fuel delivers unmatched power, runtime, and durability on the job site. Fuel, built for the industrial industry.
Never miss the action with live Goldeyes coverage on TSN 1290. Now, back to the voice of the Goldeyes. Here's Paul Edmonds.
Well, we go to the 6th. Ryan Delgado, John Gaston, and Ryan Stovall due up here for Fargo. Heart of the order again, Chris Salamita. First pitch. Breaking ball is low, ball 1. Fargo leads it 1-0 on a run they scored back in the 3rd. Delgado tonight 0 for 2. The 1-0. Swung on, and that is hit high, out to left field. And over toward the line and in a little bit is Weber, and a step into foul territory. He'll reach up and make the catch, and there's one away. Nice grab by John in left field. Speaking of Johns, here's John Gaston, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night, it is fireworks here at the ballpark. Doors open at 6. DJ St. Germain is on the Winnipeg Free Press Entertainment stage. It's always an event here. Come down, grab yourself a pop and a hot dog outside, listen to some music, saunter on in for the baseball game. First pitch, breaking ball, swung on, foul back to the screen. Strike 1. So in game 2 tomorrow, fireworks, post game. Love to see you out. Thursday night, Hometown Heroes Night. Goldeyes pay tribute to the police, fire, and EMS departments. EMS is Emergency Medical Service. 0-1 to Gaston. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Thursday night, Permission to Land is on the Winnipeg Free Press Entertainment stage. And then Friday, the series concludes. 7:05. Pitch is outside, 2-1. Past the perimeter is on the Winnipeg Free Press Entertainment stage. So it was cap giveaway tonight, fireworks tomorrow. Hometown Heroes Night on Thursday. The pitch down and away, 3-1. And then the conclusion of the series on Friday night. Saturday, Sioux Falls rolls in. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Saturday, party on the patio deck. The pitch swung on, lifted out toward left. Well hit. Back goes Weber, turning around, and Hill makes the catch on the warning track. Started left, finished right, and makes the grab. So John Weber, 2 nice catches in left here in the 6th. 2 away with nobody on for Ryan Stovall. Yeah, it's the best-kept secret here at Shaw Park. Your Saturday night ticket allows you to watch the game from the Goldeyes patio deck. Great way to view the hub-style tables. Chairs provide the viewing enjoyment as well. Plenty of food and drink specials. That's a 6:05 start on Saturday, of course. Entertainment at 5 o'clock. Doors open at 5. First pitch to Stovall is outside, ball 1. Sunday is team photo giveaway. First half. And pregame on-field autograph session on Sunday. Pitch outside, 2-0. And also Salisbury House 2-for-1, Mr. Big Nip. That's worth the price of admission as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Ryan Stovall. And the pitch. Breaking ball, chopped out toward third, coming in to Castor. Fields it nicely, running throw to first, and he threw it away, and it goes into the stand. And Stovall will take an extra base. Sherundle's been a little hot and cold here tonight. He struck out twice and hasn't looked good at the plate. And he made a real nice leaping grab, but the throw wasn't very good, and Mazzola had to dig it out. And then fields that one easily and kind of just hurried the throw. So it'll be E5 and a two-base error at that. And the Goldeyes have made their first error of the night. And here comes Bill Pulsiver out to have a chat, and Marcos Rodriguez, the batter. He is tripled and he is singled. So 2 for 2, and the pitching coach wants to have a little chat to make sure that they pitch Rodriguez a little bit differently. Again on Sunday, pregame autograph, on-field session, and first half team photo giveaway in Game 2 against Sioux Falls. Salisbury House 2 for 1 Mr. Big Nip giveaway. Again, worth the price of admission alone. Monday is Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Night and Thunderstick giveaway to the first 500 fans courtesy of Pancreatic Cancer Awareness. And Tuesday, a week from today, it is Shirt Off Our Backs night. As the mound meeting breaks up, one lucky fan wins the shirt off a player's back every inning. Goldeyes will get a right-hander up in the bullpen to start throwing down that left field line here at Shaw Park. We're in the 6th. 2 out. Fargo leads at 1-0. Lefty. Rodriguez stands in. Salamito long stare there at second. First pitch breaking ball is low, ball 1. Alex Jones throwing in the bullpen for Winnipeg. Thursday, July the 12th, when St. Paul comes to town. And the first meeting for the Goldeyes and Saints. 1-0. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 of the regular season. It's post-game fireworks on Thursday the 12th. Wine, women, and baseball on Friday the 13th. And that is an opportunity for the ladies. Gather your girlfriends. Join the Goldeyes for a unique evening exclusively for women. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swung on, Chopper right side to his right. A pickup by Kendall. Throw to first in time. Nice play by Price to get there. Plant, pick up the baseball, getting in front of it, and making a good throw to get Rodriguez, who the Goldeyes get for the first time here tonight. And that's it for Fargo in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 error that doesn't cost them. 1 left for Fargo. Bottom 6 is next. It's still 1-0 Fargo on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Birthdays, office functions, tea parties, whatever. With Archangel Fireworks, every little event becomes a magical backyard affair. So go ahead, rock that next block party. Got a wedding? Bring something blue, and then blow it up. Whatever you do, make it a backyard affair with Archangel Fireworks. At Confusion Corner and online at archangelfireworks.com. The sky is your canvas.
Thinking real estate? For a home run every time, choose RE/MAX. Whether you need to buy or sell a home or lease or sell commercial real estate, RE/MAX has your bases covered. Plus, they're Winnipeg's #1 negotiator. Find your dream home or invest for your future. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. RE/MAX. Visit remax-winnipeg.com to find your agent today.
When you're stepping up to the plate with a major league appetite, make the big play for the home run special at Chicken Delight. Here's the pitch. 8 pieces of delicious chicken, medium fries and gravy, 2-liter Pepsi, and 2 free Winnipeg Goldeyes ticket vouchers. That's a $40 value for just $26.99. It's a hit.
So don't call tonight. Tonight, all right. Call Chicken Delight.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Roberson to lead it off, and the first pitch from Tyler Herron is inside, ball 1. Fargo leads it 1-0 on a run they scored way back in the 3rd. Roberson, Weber, and DeCaster. Winnipeg has 3 hits. The 1-0 is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Glad to have you along tonight. Just finishing up Saturday the 14th. Pajama party and post-game movie and a sleepover here. 2-0 is low. 3 balls, no strikes. And then the homestand concludes on Sunday the 15th. And again, Salisbury House 2 for 1 Mr. Big Nip giveaway. Check the Goldeyes website, goldeyes.com, for more information on the promo sketch. The 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike. It's 3-1. And tickets always as low as $5. 5 price points, though. $5, $7, $12, $14, and $18. The 3-1. Swung on. That is hit high and fairly deep to center field. Jackson trotting, dressaging his way back toward the fence a couple of steps and makes the catch about, 3/4 of the way back. And one center fielder retires the other, and here's John Weber, who's 0 for 2. Tickets are available at any Ticketmaster outlet in the province, including the box office here at Shaw Park. You can walk up and buy them. Ticketmaster.ca, 855-GOLDEYE. Here's Weber. He's flown out and struck out. First pitch. Breaking ball swung on and flared out toward left. That might be trouble. It is a foul ball. Just foul. John Gaston wasn't going to get there. Anyway, as I said, and if you've missed anything, goldeyes.com, or pick up the phone, phone the office. Regular business hours, 9 to 5. 982-BASE-2273 or 1-888-GOLDEYE. That's toll free anywhere in North America. And it was a little bit more than what the Goldeyes are doing this week. It's what the Goldeyes are doing for the next 2 weeks for Boston Pizza. And they're home. John Weber batting .311. The 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Nothing and 2. And the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, line to center for a base hit. Hanging breaking ball, and John Weber eats those up pretty good. A 1-out single, and here's Sherundle DeCaster, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out swinging, struck out looking, and made an error on the infield. One thing about DeCaster, though, he can struggle in a couple of areas for most of the night and then hit a 2-run bomb. And all would be forgotten. Double barrel action in the bullpen for Winnipeg. Herron will come set. First pitch. Swung on, ground ball right side, or bang into a double play. Coda feeds Penpraise, and then down to Rodriguez. And that's it. DeCaster hits into a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. We played through 6 innings. No runs, a hit, nobody left. We'll go to the 7th. 1-0 Fargo on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes make dreams come true by providing live baseball experiences to charities, nonprofit groups, and inner-city programs. Now, with the Goldeyes Community Zone, even more memories are available to be made. For group tickets, contact the Goldeyes at 982-BASE. These extra seats are only possible through generous donations from the Community Zone partners. So, from the Winnipeg Goldeyes and Community Zone recipients, thank you. CN, Princess Auto, Great West Life, and CDI College.
Coaches, your players are great at scoring goals. But when the goal is raising money, it's not always easy to score. And that's where the Winnipeg Free Press can help. We're introducing a unique fundraising promotion available to all Manitoba minor league sports teams. And if you participate, your team has a chance to meet Winnipeg Jets of Vander Kane. For complete program information, go to winnipegfreepress.com/Team Kane and find out how your team can get involved.
From the diamond to the driveway, from weekend warrior to world-class pro, local athletes are choosing Manitoba pork for peak performance. Loaded with lean, high-quality protein and essential vitamins and minerals, pork is a powerhouse of nutrition for serious athletes. For a real competitive edge, choose Manitoba pork, fueling today's athletes. Learn more about pork for peak performance at manitobapork.com. You're listening to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball, live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Sirius Technologies. Let's get back to the action with Paul Edmonds.
Well, we go to the 7th. Chris Salamina's done for the night. 6 innings. 6 hits, 1 run. He was real good. No walks, 6 strikeouts. A bit of a bounce-back start for Chris. And he'll grab some confidence from that, and the Goldeyes will need him to do that because he is a good pitcher, and they need him for the next couple of months and into the postseason. Alex Jones will come in. Salamita, by the way, is the pitcher of record on a losing side. It's 1-0 Fargo. And for them, Coda, Sosnowski, and Penpraise, 8-9-1. And Jones will come set. First pitch. Woo, way inside, ball one. Pitching change is brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. Coda tonight is 0 for 2. Jones, a side-arming right-hander. The pitch is in there for a strike. And it's 1-1 from Alabama. And Alex, 6'6", 190 pounds, 25 years old. Was in the Brewers system, 1-1 inside, and Coda jumps out of the way of that backwards, and it's 2-1. As a hot air balloon goes over top of us, just off to our left, the TV balloon. The 2-1 is outside 3-1. For Alex Jones, he will make his 17th appearance since joining the team. He's 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA. The 3-1 inside, and he walked Carlo Coda. Well, not what you really want to do when you come in a tight baseball game, the first batter you face, and you walk him on 5 pitches. And now you've got Buddy Sosnowski, who's 2 for 2 tonight. For Jones, 16 and a third innings, 13 hits, 7 earned runs, now 10 walks, 15 strikeouts. Opposition batting .232 against him. And you'll think here that he'll try to induce something on the ground, as Sosnowski has hit the ball hard a couple of times and has 2 hits. First pitch, swung on, chopper right side, fielded by Kendall. Does he get a tag? Yes, he does. Then he throws to first, and there's a double play right there. Or no, did they not get the lead runner? Well, here comes Doug Simonuk. Well, what would be the argument here? It looked to me like Kendall applied the tag on Coda. And now Coda's going to come off the base. And Art Thigpen was right there to make the call. Yeah, you got him. And then Kendall threw to first base to get the double play. And now Doug Simonuk has come out. Coda's making his way off of second base. So it is a first pitch swinging double play. It goes 4-3. And a real nice play made by Kendall. And Doug Simonuk, whatever he said, was brief with crew chief and third base umpire Art Thigpen here tonight. So Fargo's hit into 2 double plays, and there's 2 away in the top of the 7th for Zach Penpraise, who's 1 for 3 tonight. Well, they got the high chopper out toward the right side of the infield. Kendall got Coda, and Penpraise just got hit by a pitch. First pitch, and he gets hit. And Penpraise will walk down toward first base, limping a little bit, hand the batting gloves or the instep protector and bat to one of the bat boys. And here comes Rick Forney, and he's probably going to make a pitching change. He's had left-hander Zach Baldwin up throwing, and Craig James, the right-hander, and now Rick will want the lefty in Baldwin. So Jones gets 2 and then hits a batter. The Goldeyes have flunked 2 RedHawks here tonight, and they reach deeper into their bullpen. Pitching change coming up in 70 on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
For football.
One of the best trades ever in the history of the CFL, arguably, to get Doug Brown here for basically a box of tape.
For hockey.
First 4 guys in the NHL draft most years are can't miss.
Nothing but sports.
You lead the league in anonymous quotes. You also lead the league in dysfunction.
When sports is your passion.
There's an emotion in the city, and it permeates the dressing room, and the players, they all feel it.
Turn to the station that's even crazier about sports than you are.
I want to be like the Road Warriors. They had the football pads with the spikes coming out and then all the face paint and stuff.
As long as you wear tight shorts, I'm in.
I heard that about you.
Spiky shoulder pads and tight shorts.
I think you still got the panties somewhere around here, Troy, if you want to slip into something a little more comfortable.
Troy really is a sensitive guy. I want spikes and shoulder pads and like mean-looking face paint. Troy wants tights.
Well, almost as crazy. TSN 1290. All sports, all the time.
Well, 2 away and a runner at first base for Fargo, and Zach Baldwin will get his complement of 8 warm-up pitches here. Alex Jones, 2/3 of an inning, as the Goldeyes mixing and matching lefties and righties here. Jones, 2/3, no hits, no runs, responsible for 1, no walks, no strikeouts. He hit a batter, and he gives way to longtime Goldeye and left-hander Zach Baldwin. Pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. And Baldwin will face the DH Sergio Pedroza, who's 1 for 3 tonight. And Winnipeg will match up lefty-lefty. For Baldwin, 6'5", 225, 29 years old, from West by God, Virginia. And for Baldy, he makes his 15th appearance. He's 1-1 with a 7.84 ERA. Runner at first is a former teammate and friend of Zach Baldwin's, Zach Penpraise. I think they were both in the national system together. First pitch is in there for a strike. And Pedroza is struck out at an RBI double and flown out tonight. He gets started off at 0-1. Craig James still throwing, a right-hander in the bullpen. And a throw goes over to first, and Penpraise walks back in safely. St. Paul's defeated Lincoln in that resumption of the suspended game from June 20th, 12-3. So St. Paul picks up a win tonight, and they are trailing at home in the regularly scheduled game this evening to Lincoln, 5-1 in the third. Another throw goes over to first. Grand Prairie in front of Wichita, 5-4. That's in the 8th. Amarillo in front of Worcester, 4-1 in the 6th. Sioux Falls leading Kansas City in KC, 4-1 in the 5th. Sioux Falls just 2 back of Winnipeg. The 0-1 breaking ball swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Sioux City leading Gary 3-2 in the 6th. And in the 2nd, El Paso hosting Laredo. They are scoreless. That is another quick look at the Manitoba Blue Cross out-of-town scoreboard. Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of Gary. 0-2 to Pedroza. Another throw goes over to first, and Penpraise back in time. Boy, last night, as the lights have been on since we threw out the first pitch, with the full moon, and I know that the days are starting to get shorter after the 21st of June, but I mean, it's still really at the apex of the year where we get the most light. Runner on the move, breaking ball swung on and missed, and Pedroza down on strikes, and Baldwin gets the job done. And Baldwin picks up a strikeout, and that's it for Fargo, the top of the 7th. It was light out. You could still see in the yard last night at 10:30 at night with the full moon. By about 10:40, it was dark, but boy, it was quite nice to be out on a lovely summer evening last night and have light and still see each other till 10:30. Stretch time in my hometown. We invite you wherever you are tonight to get up with us and stretch them out. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Fargo leads it 1-0 on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
What makes Tavern United Manitoba's #1 sports pub? Service second to none. Food that's right on point. And value that's big league all the way. And this summer, during Tavern United's Your Team, Your Tickets promotion, win weekly prizes and qualify to win season tickets to your Winnipeg Goldeyes, Blue Bombers, and of course, the Jets. So get your friends together for some frothy fun, fabulous food, and guaranteed good times at your New World Sports Pub, Tavern United.
Hi, I'm Denny from Denny's Whole Hog Barbecue.
And I'm quarterback Buck Pierce. If you're having a big summer event and looking for a way to feed your group, call Danny's Whole Hog Barbecue.
We're looking after you with a full catering service or do-it-yourself hog roast with succulent pork, tender beef, turkey, chicken, pork ribs, and more. No group is too big or too small. Plus, you can keep the leftovers. We'll even pack it up for you.
Visit Danny'sWholeHog.com or call 344-5675.
And we'll bring the flavor.
Patient safety is everyone's concern. Healthcare is a big, complex system, and sometimes things happen that aren't planned. What can you do to make your care safer? Get involved. Discuss your health concerns with your doctor, nurse, and pharmacist. Make a list of your medications and keep it with you. Wash your hands often to reduce the spread of germs. The Manitoba Institute for Patient Safety website has more information on how you can learn to be safe.
we go to the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Luis Allen is a fastball that's on the outside edge for a strike. 1-0 Fargo leads it. On 6 hits to the Goldeyes 4. Each team's made an error. The 0-1 swung on and filleted foul. And that'll get into a sky sweep and back down below. 0-2 to Luis Allen, who's 0 for 2. We'll see Allen, Day, and Mazzola. 5, 6, 7 in the order. And the 0-2 from Tyler Herron. Fastball swung on. Ground ball right side. Through the hole between first and second. And Allen has to hustle down the line as Sosnowski was in. And he picked it up quickly and almost might have had a chance for a close play at first base. He does not throw it there. And Goldeyes have their 5th hit and a leadoff single and maybe something to work with here. It's the first time the leadoff guy has been aboard since Bryce Kendall led off the bottom of 1 with a single. Kyle Day 0 for 2 here tonight. He's bounced out and flown out. And at third base, Ryan Stovall may be anticipating a bunt. The Goldeyes trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Herron goes over to first to see if Kyle Day was going to tip his hand. He did not. Get to the answer on trivia. Pass along the winner's name here in the bottom of 7 as well. Now Fargo has some action in the bullpen. First pitch changeup swung on and missed. And Kyle Day behind 0-1. Joe Harris, the lefty, and a right-hander, a big right-hander, Mike Zenko, for Fargo, both loosened in the bullpen. Kyle Day on a 4-game hitting streak. The pitch is low, 1-1. He was 5 for 12 in Wichita. He's hitting .348. One ball, one strike. Said he still has that shoulder, that left shoulder is still a little tender. 1-1. He is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Day has a couple of homers and 8 driven in. Nobody out. Leadoff man is aboard, and Luis Allen, who's 1 for 2 on the base paths. Trivia, of course, the trivia contest question brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg. Place Louis Riel specializing in spacious executive suites. The pitch, breaking ball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Kyle said the worst part for him right now with the banged-up shoulder is when he does just that, swing and miss. Looking down to third base in the coach's box there, occupied by Rick Forney. 2-2 to the Goldeyes DH tonight. Our question solicited a lot of answers, but only one guy got it right. Herron will come set. 2-2. Breaking ball down and away, 3-2. My question tonight was this. In the last 2 seasons, how many games has third baseman Amos Ramon missed due to injury? Well, congratulations to Gerald Workington of River Heights. He knew the answer to be 113. 3 balls, 2 strikes the pitch. Runner on the move, pitch is high. Throw down to second, doesn't matter, it's a walk. And they're going to appeal now at first base or at third base. And now they're going to appeal at third. And Art Thigpen said Day did not go around on that pitch upstairs, so it is a walk. Safely at second is Luis Allen. They threw there, and we were waiting to see what the call was at home plate. Day does not go around on that payoff pitch upstairs, and Herron walks his second tonight. And there's Goldeyes at first and second, and nobody out for Josh Mazzola. Yeah, Amos, unfortunately, has missed 113 games. His last game with the Goldeyes was June 16th this year. Remember, he missed 99 last year. But the good news is, likely ready to go for the beginning of August. Remember, he still has a couple of weeks remaining that he has to sit on the inactive list. And then they'll keep him on to make sure that he is indeed 100%. But he started to throw. He told us that on Saturday on Around the Association in Wichita. Congratulations, Gerald Workington of River Heights. You pick up a pair of Goldeye tickets to a future home game, and you're also eligible to win the grand prize of a weekend stay at the Place Louis at the end of the season. Here's Mazzola. As I mentioned, 1 for 2. A base hit and a strikeout. 1-0 Fargo, bottom 7. Mazzola showing bunt right off the hop, takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. And the Goldeyes are going to try to advance Allen to third, and Kyle Day up to second from first. Mazzola is 3 for his last 11 at the plate, showing bunt again. And the pitch. Fastball is high, and it's 1-1. Josh batting .261, looking down to Rick Forney, that third base coach's box. Forney flashing sign. To the cap, back to his thigh, back to his cap. 1 ball, 1 strike. Allen at second, Day at first. Infield in on the grass, at least on the corners, expecting a bunt from Mazzola. And he's going to show bunt again right away. The pitch is high, 2-1 on that fastball from Tyler Herron. We'll play trivia again tomorrow. Back on the air at 6:30 on our originating station, TSN 1290. Again, for you folks on CJ Radio, we're back with you on Sunday. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Good fastball, and Mazzola takes on that. Goes for a little walk with the hand holding the bat. Whenever you drop the bat to one hand, go for a little walk, you're not very happy. 2-2. Well, some way, somehow, you got to stay out of the double play and advance those base runners here. 2-2. Breaking ball swung on, and that is ripped out to right center field. And jogging there to get there in the gap is going to be Jackson. He's going to throw to the cutoff man, Penpraise, who's going to go to second to see if Luis Allen left early. He did not, and Luis will advance over to third base on that fly ball by Mazzola. Jackson, for all of his attributes in this game, one of them that he does not have is he is not blessed with a great arm. He can run, he can hit for power, but he doesn't have a superior arm in center field. And Louis Allen advances from second to third. Staying put was Kyle Day, and now David Narodowski, the batter, he's 0 for 2. You wonder if the Goldeyes might squeeze here with 1 away, trailing 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Herron coming set. First pitch is a breaking ball down and away, ball 1. No sign of a bunt there, and a half a swing. I guess they say Narodowski did not go around. Michael O'Leary confirms that over at first base, ball 1. Now the Goldeyes, this is the closest they've been to scoring all night. A runner at third base in the bottom of the 7th. Narodowski 0 for 2 tonight. And a step off toward third, and a look over and a fake throw to first. Kyle Day is pointing that it was a balk, but nothing from any of the trio of umpires we have here tonight. 1 ball, no strikes to Narodowski. Day edging off the bag at first. Louis Allen an okay lead at third. Herron from the stretch, the 1-0. Is inside with that fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. The product of Vancouver, British Columbia. David has driven in 14 runs. Not bad production from the bottom of the order. You know, when you think about it, Josh Mazzola has 19 RBI, only 5 more. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch. Fastball swung on. Shot down the right field line and foul. 2-1. Cleveland and the Angels now are in a delay in Cleveland, Ohio tonight. 8-5, Cleveland leading that one. Toronto has defeated Kansas City 6-3. Brett Cecil the win. 2-1 is his record. Adam Lind homered for the Blue Jays. They're poking along in Detroit, Minnesota leading 6-3 in the fourth. Couple of homers. Willingham is 18th. Plouffe is 19th for the Twinkies. And a step off. And a look to third. Fake to first. 2-1 to Narodowski is neither base runner. Allen at third. Day over at first are biting on that. 1-0 Fargo. Bottom 7 here. And the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on. Bounce left side foul. 2-2. Tampa leading the Yankees 7-4 in the 8th. Sean Rodriguez is homered for the Rays, his 6th. The White Sox on the south side of Chicago are pounding Texas tonight. 13-0 in the 5th. 2-2 to Narodowski with 1 away. And the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And he is out on strikes. Went chasing, and he strikes out for the second time tonight. 8 strikeouts for Tyler Herron. And now the Goldeyes have 2 away and runners on the corners for Dan Barbero, who's 0 for 2. At 9:05 tonight, and here comes Doug Simonuk. He is going to make a pitching change and bring in the left-hander. Just about to get underway, Boston at Oakland, and at 9:10, Baltimore at Seattle. Final in the National League, Milwaukee beat Miami 13-12 in 10 today. The Mets over Philadelphia tonight, 11-1. That's the final. And now Doug Simonuk is going to leave Tyler Herron in. They're delayed in Washington, where it's 8-2 for the Nationals over the San Francisco Giants late in that baseball game. In the 8th inning, Pittsburgh in front of Houston 7-6. Garrett Jones is homered as well as Andrew McCutcheon. And Pittsburgh's overtaken the lead. Houston leading the Cubs 6-3. Atlanta leading the Cubs 6-3 in the 6th. So Herron stays in the game. Here's Barbero. First pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Colorado's taking a 3-2 lead on St. Louis in the 6th on a home run by Tyler Colvin. Arizona, San Diego are scoreless in the 2nd. At 9:10, Cincinnati at the Dodgers tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Breaking ball is outside. 2-0 to Barbero. Dan has a home run. He's driven in 7. The homer came in Sioux Falls. He is 1 for his last 8. Runners on the corners. Winnipeg trailing by 1. 2 away. The pitch. Breaking ball is on the outside edge for a strike. And it's 2-1. You know, this is where you start to look around and say, how much production are you getting from the bottom of the order? It can't be the guys in the middle all the time. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Fastball swung on, and that is fouled right over my head. As Barbero had the bat helicopter out of his hand. And he had a good rip on that. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, in order to be a great team, you need contributions from many, almost on a nightly basis. But one of the most important parts is from the bottom of your order. What are you getting from them? And so far tonight, it's a combined 1 for 8 from hitters 7, 8, and 9. 2-2 to Barbero. Fans trying to help along. The pitch. Breaking ball, half a swing. Did he go? The appeal. And at third base, Art Thigpen says no. 3-2. And Kyle Day will get to second base on that. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's a stolen base for Kyle Day. Now a base hit maybe gives the Goldeyes the lead. If Barbero can produce one. If not, if he can get to first, you bring Bryce Kendall up on a walk. We'll see. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners on the move, the pitch. Breaking ball is inside, ball 4. He walked him. And the bases are loaded with 2 away. for Bryce Kendall. Third walk issued by Herron. Here comes Doug Simonuk again, and the second visit will spell automatic relief. We will see Mike Zenko come into the baseball game. He's been throwing for an inning, and Doug Simonuk will point down to bring in the right-hander. Another pitching change, this time on the Fargo side. We'll see what happens. Bases loaded, 2 away, a one-run bowl game. Bottom 7, Goldeyes Radio Network.
For football.
Are you guys concerned about a 23-year-old who's had major reconstructive surgery on both his shoulders already?
Absolutely. Yeah, and shoulders for an O-lineman is everything, right? Because you're constantly step and punch.
For hockey.
I think it's a shame that the Toronto Maple Leafs take the kind of money they do from their fans, and they haven't been in the playoffs in 7 years. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. The Montreal Canadiens since 1993.
For Goldeyes.
Back in the warning track, at the wall, and he makes the catch.
Nothing but sports.
I mean, either you love him or you hate him, and I bet there's a lot of people out there that used to hate him that are starting to love him. The guy's the best thing to happen to Major League Baseball in a long time.
When sports is your passion.
It's like you're talking to
Absolutely.
a 12-year-old kid who's refusing to take responsibility for whatever that they had done. And you don't want guys like that. I don't care how talented they are.
TSN 1290. All sports.
You want guys like that on your team?
All the time.
Well, that's it for Tyler Herron here tonight. 6 2/3 innings. 4 hits, no runs, responsible for 3. 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, a wild pitch. He gives way to Mike Zenko in the bottom of the 7th with 2 away, and the Goldeyes having the bases loaded. Pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 452-0909. Well, for Herron, he could win it. He could get a no decision, and he could lose it. So a lot still up in the air here in the bottom of this 7th. And Mike Zenko will come in, 6'4", 230, from West Palm Beach, Florida, a right-hander. 25 years old. He'll be 26 in November. And he's thrown pretty well against the Goldeyes this year. Zenko makes his 13th appearance. He's 2-1 with a 4.09 ERA. And here is Bryce Kendall, who with runners in scoring position and 2 outs is hitting .375 with 11 of his 18 RBI driven in. First pitch is high, ball 1. Kendall tonight is 2 for 3. Batting .270 on the year, but a full 100 points better in this situation. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, line to the gap in left center. On the run, Jackson. Not going to get there. It gets by him. It goes all the way to the wall. 1 run in to score. 2 runs in to score. Here comes Barbero. And Kendall will slide in at third with a bases clearing triple. And the Goldeyes have taken the lead at 3-1. Baby! Third hit of the night. And he got a fastball that he ripped past Jackson all the way to the wall in center field. And everybody's on their feet here in downtown. RBI 19, 20, and 21. That is the guy you want up in that situation, hitting .375. And here's Chris Roberson. First pitch to him, bounce right side. Fielded by Pedroza, flips to the pitcher, and the inning comes to an end. But what an exciting hit. A bases clearing 3-run triple for Kendall, and the Goldeyes have a 2-run lead. For Winnipeg in the 7th, 7 men come to the plate. 3 cross it. They do so on 2 hits, a couple of walks, and 1 left. We'll go to the 8th. 3-1 Winnipeg on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
This Goldeyes season, Salisbury House on the Esplanade Riel is hitting it right out of the park with great new taste sensations to get you ready to roar before the game or relive the fun after the final out. With so many great choices, every visit is a new eating adventure. And remember, Sal's is the only place to go for a nip platter, the fan favorite that hits a home run every time. So before or after any Goldeyes game, stroll on over for great food and fun on the Esplanade Riel at Salisbury House. Your house, your food, your way.
One little drop of oil can spoil a million drops of water. So put used oil in its place. Call or click for information.
Used oil recycling is giving away free Goldeyes key tags at 12 select home games this season with 3 ways to win. If the number on the back of your key tag is drawn in the second inning, you could win a $50 gift certificate from Future Shop. If you activate your key tag online and your keys are ever lost, they'll be returned for free. Once your key tag is activated, you are entered for a chance to win an autographed Goldeyes jersey. The draw will take place at the last game of the season. Mr. Oil Drop reminds you to keep your environment clean and green by recycling your used oil and antifreeze products.
UseOilRecycling.com. Hey Manitoba, do it now. UseOilRecycling.com.
Call 1-888-410-1440.
Make every drop count.
You're listening to Goldeyes Baseball Live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Avalon and the Gulf Dome.
Well, we go to the 8th inning, and Winnipeg leads it 3-1. And Rich Carpenter will come into the baseball game defensively in right field. Dan Barbero's night is done. And it's Jackson, Delgado, and Gaston for Fargo here in the 8th. Hitters 3, 4, and 5. Zach Baldwin stays in to face Jackson. And a right-hander throwing to the bullpen for Winnipeg and Billy Spottiswoode. And Baldwin will come set. First pitch to Jackson. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike. Nick Jackson tonight is 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch. And in the 2 at-bats that he's had, he has struck out twice. And the 0-1. Swung on, that's hit high and deep to right and gone. A home run for Jackson, who took that first curveball, then pounded the second one over the wall in right. And it's a 3-2 baseball game for Winnipeg. So Jackson comes right back and leads off with his 4th home run of the year. And here comes Rick Forney, and that might be it for Zach Baldwin here. And it will be, as they're going to reach a little bit deeper into the bullpen for Billy Spottiswoode. So 2 pitches into the 8th. Jackson homers, and the Goldeyes will make a pitching change. We'll be back with that after these. 3-2 Winnipeg on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Sports fans, TSN 1290 and TSN1290.ca have your day planned for you. It begins with breakfast and a ride to work with a big show with Jay and Westwood.
Minus is a misleading statistic.
How the hell is that, Jay? How can you win a game if you're minus?
Then there's coffee with the herd.
I got news for you. Andrew Luck is better than 10 quarterbacks in the NFL today.
And an afternoon with Jim Rome.
When did it stop being interesting?
Then we'll take you home with Hustler and Lawless.
I think pound for pound, I think we're the best fans in the league. What do you guys think?
Well, I'll tell you what. I get the exact same feeling as you're talking about. We're competing on a major landscape against all these other places. I think it's a great story. And the fans of the Jets, you bet. They're right up there with anyone else.
Mornings, afternoons, and all day long. It's TSN 1290 and TSN1290.ca. All sports. Score! All the time.
Well, we're in the 8th inning, and Billy Spottiswoode will come in and be the 4th pitcher of the night. That's it for Zach Baldwin, 1/3 of an inning. 1 hit, 1 run. It was a homer to Nick Jackson. No walks, 1 strikeout. Pitching change for Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. Now we'll see Ryan Delgado, John Gaston, and Ryan Stovall. Heart of the order for Fargo. Winnipeg leads at 3-2. And for Billy Spottiswoode, 27 years old, 6'3", 230 pounds, from Canoga Park, California. And for Spottiswoode on the year, he'll make his 5th appearance for the Goldeyes, no record and no ERA. Again, they still haven't transferred the stats from St. Paul over to Winnipeg and combined them for Billy. But 3 in the 3rd innings, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, couple of strikeouts, and the opposition hitting 091 against them in the Goldeye uniform. Here's Ryan Delgado. He's 0 for 3. First pitch. Slider, low, ball 1. Let's have a look at trades and transactions brought to you by the Animal Hospital of Manitoba. We are a full-service veterinary hospital. The 1-0. Slider swung on and lined to center. That'll drop for a base hit. And Ryan Delgado has a lead, well, not a leadoff single. He has the 2nd hit in a row for Fargo. And John Gaston, the batter. So Delgado gets his first hit of the night, and Fargo has 8 hits to the Winnipeg 6. And Gaston 0 for 3 tonight. Again, trades and transactions for the Animal Hospital Manitoba. We're a full-service veterinary hospital that also provides behavioral and nutritional counseling. First pitch is outside, ball 1. The Animal Hospital Manitoba, we treat your pets as if they were our own. Well, for the Goldeyes, first and foremost, pitch is low, 2-0. They re-signed Sherundle DeCaster, traded infielder Gab Martinez to Bridgeport in exchange for futures. Pitch is swung on. That is hit out to right field. Back goes Carpenter at the warning track, reaches at the wall, and he makes the catch. Then he's going to fire it back toward first, but it won't be in time. Gaston, a long fly ball to right, and at the wall, Rich Carpenter reaches up and makes the catch. He had no more room. He had no room left. That's how close Gaston was to hitting a 2-run homer and giving Fargo the lead again. So what a way with a runner at first for Ryan Stovall, who is 0 for 3. Again, the Goldeyes traded infielder Gabby Martinez to Bridgeport of the Atlantic League today after re-signing Sherundle DeCaster, who returned from Mexico. Stovall struck out, bounced out, reached on an air. First pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike 1. Wichita signed infielder Zach Mitchell, released infielder Tommy Fitzgerald, who was there just to help out in their time of need after losing 4 players in one day, 3 to Mexico, 1 to a season-ending elbow injury. That being Juan Richardson. The pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Lincoln signed first baseman John Alonso as he returns from Mexico. Plays right-handed pitcher Tyson Povey on the DL. 0-2 here to Stovall. The pitch down and away, 1-2 from Billy Spottiswoode. Laredo activated outfielder Stephen Douglas from the inactive list and released left-handed pitcher Jesus M. Martinez. 1-2. And the pitch swung on. That is looped out toward right. And Carpenter diving, and he makes the catch for the second out. Boy, he didn't get a good jump on that either. Kind of got his feet almost in quicksand a little bit. Like he didn't know whether to come in on it or not. He does, makes a diving catch. There's 2 away. And the batter is Marcos Rodriguez, who's tripled, singled, and bounced out. And Bill Pulsifer is going to go out to have a little chat with the battery here. So 2 nice catches by Carpenter, but that last one there, he didn't get a great jump on it and then had to dive and does fortunately make the catch. Dexter Carter throwing in the bullpen for Winnipeg. And we'll get a full infield meeting. And Grand Prairie signed right-handed pitcher Ramon Garcia today. Those are your trades and transactions in the American Association for the Animal Hospital Manitoba. We are a full-service veterinary hospital that also provides behavioral and nutritional counseling. The Animal Hospital Manitoba, we treat your pets as if they were our own. So here's Marcos Rodriguez, 2 for 3 tonight, batting .273. First pitch, fastball is wide, ball 1. Goldeyes lead it 3-2. We're in the 8th. 1 on, 2 out. Mazzola holding on. Delgado over at first. Spottiswoode from the stretch. The 1-0 is low. 2-0 to Marcos Rodriguez. Maybe the Goldeyes are being careful with Rodriguez, but Carlo Cota has been a Goldeye killer over the years. He stands on deck, even though he has struggled this year. The 2-0. Swung on, line to center field for a base hit. And stopping at second is going to be Ryan Delgado. 3 hits tonight for Marcos Rodriguez. And here's Carlo Cota, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. And Cota will stand in for the right-hand side. 9th hit for Fargo off Goldeyes pitching tonight. We're in the top of the 8th inning. 2 out, 2 on, 1 in. Spottiswoode comes set. First pitch is down and away, ball 1. Well, part of the problem is Billy's not getting ahead of the last few guys. Falling behind with ball 1. And the pitch. Down and away. No, in there for a strike. Cota thought about it, took it for a strike. Grand Prairie won 5-4 tonight over Wichita. I think they're both tied now with 31 wins on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cota. And the pitch. Swing and a miss with that nasty slider, and it's 1-2. Cota batting 194 coming in. A homer and 14 driven in. 1-2. Righty here. 5,076 on hand. Spottiswoode to his belt. 1-2 pitch. Slider down and away. And Cota lays off of that, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Delgado represents the potential tying run at second. Rodriguez, the go-ahead run at first. 3-2 Winnipeg. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cota. Spottiswoode leans over and now steps off. And gets a little dirt on that throwing hand. Wipes his brow, puts his cap back on. Toes the slab again. Leans over to get the sign from Luis Allen. And now comes set to his belt. Allen slides outside the pitch. Slider down and away. 3-2. Some of the grandstand umpires wanted that one. A full count to Carlo Cota. 2 away. Runners will be on the move. See what the Goldeyes come back with here. Spottiswoode again. Comes set, checks the runner at second. 3-2. Swung on and fouled back. Good hack there by Cota. As that gets out of play. Still a full count for the right-handed swinging second baseman for Fargo. We're in the 8th inning. Winnipeg has taken it's a 1-run lead now. It was 2, but Nick Jackson has homered already in this 8th. And Fargo threatening to not only tie it, but maybe take the lead. Here comes the payoff. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes, and Cota fires the bat in disgust. All the way from the home plate, back toward his dugout. And there goes the helmet spinning as well, and a batting glove, I think. There they go as well. They're going to get kind of turf before he makes his way all the way out towards second. So, Fargo gets a run. They do want 3 hits, but it was a leadoff solo blast that pulls them within 1. And they leave a pair stranded at first and second. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Winnipeg on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Winter. Okay, you don't want to think about it now, but picture this. Endless sunny skies, pristine white sand beaches, warm turquoise water lapping at your toes, zesty food, and music that really gets you moving. Put yourself in the picture this winter with Air Canada Vacations direct flights from Winnipeg to Jamaica. Go on. Tell Jack Frost to get lost. Escape to the sun and fun of an Air Canada vacation in Jamaica. Get started at aircanadavacations.com.
Commissionaires, Manitoba's premier security solutions provider will take care of your home security needs the next time you go away on vacation. Commissionaire's team of bonded professionals will check on your home and help satisfy your insurance requirements. They do interior and exterior patrols and make your home look lived in. Visit their website at commissionaires.mb.ca for more information about their House Watch service. Commissionaires, trusted every day, everywhere.
Summer is something to enjoy. But remember, drinking any alcohol and driving don't mix. Drinking and driving puts you and others in danger. Your best bet is a designated driver who has had no alcohol. Enjoy your summer, but whatever you do, don't drink and drive. To keep Manitobans safe behind the wheel, police are increasing enforcement near you. Watch for them. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. This has been a great game here tonight. Winnipeg leads it 3-2. John Weber, Sherundle DeCaster, Luis Allen. In the bottom of 8 to face Mike Zenko. Chris Salamina's off the hook. The starter for Fargo, Tyler Herron, is now the pitcher of record on a losing side. First pitch to Weber. Way inside, ball 1. Weber tonight is 1 for 3, a flyout, a strikeout, and a single. And then DeCaster and Allen to follow. 3-2 Winnipeg, bottom of 8. 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And it's 1-1. Well, let's have a look at inside the numbers here, brought to you by Recycle Everywhere. Making away from home recycling commonplace. 1-1. Outside and high, 2-1. For more information, visit recycleeverywhere.ca. Now, the Goldeyes still lead this series between the two this year. 4 wins to 3 losses. With 2-1. Swing and a miss on that changeup, and it's 2-2. However, while the Goldeyes are 3-0 in Fargo, the RedHawks are 3-1 here in Winnipeg. And Fargo's won 3 straight over the Goldeyes, entering this one this evening. 2-2. Swung on, tapper out in front of home plate. It's a fair ball, fielded by the catcher in Delgado. Now he tried to tag Weber, who then started to sprint away from him. Then he throws it to first base to get Weber. And it's a, well, entertaining 2-3 put out, if nothing else. And here's Sherundle DeCaster. Goldeyes are 2-0 against the RedHawks in 1-run ball games this year. And the teams have not played extra innings against each other. The pitch, breaking ball, is in there for a strike. DeCaster 0 for 3 tonight in his return. He's also made an error. He struck out twice and hit into a double play. So there's your numbers on this seasonal series so far. This is game 8. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Boy, DeCaster went chasing on that one. One away here in the bottom of 8. And the 0-2. Breaking ball inside, 1-2. Dexter Carter down there throwing in the bullpen, has been for the last inning or so. Not really throwing now, just trying to stay limber. 3-2 Winnipeg in front, bottom of 8, 1 away. 1-2. Swung on, chopper out toward third. And it's off the shins of Stovall, who got eaten up on that. He started to back up on it and really looked like he didn't want any part of trying to get the glove down on it. And they're going to charge him with an error. It'll be E5. I mean, that was half-hearted. Now, maybe he got fooled on the last hop out of the infield. But, I mean, as an infielder, you're taught to stay in front of it, get down on it. Here's Luis Allen, who's 1 for 3. Zenko comes set, the right-hander. First pitch, runner on the move, pitch is swung on, look out! Into the seats it goes. A hot smash, strike one. And somebody got it pretty good over there, but I think more on the lower body area, or below the neck anyway. That's good. Well, not good, but better than the other option there, because it went only a couple rows into the seats, just down for the Goldeyes dugout. Throw over to first. DeCaster was on the move there, and he gets back to first base. They are calling for some attention. Let's hope everybody's okay. Boy, that was just a rocket ship, and I think the person that got hit is going to be under their own steam, escorted out of their seats just to make sure they're okay. 0-1 to Allen. Another throw goes over to first, and DeCaster dives back in safely. Joe Harris, the left-hander, is throwing in the bullpen. We're now at 26 Celsius or 80 Fahrenheit. And the wind is calm. Humidity 57% in the big city. 3-2 Winnipeg. The 0-1 is a breaking ball that's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Allen is hit into a fielder's choice. He's flown out, bounced, one through the right side of the infield for a single and scored in that 3-run 7th inning for Winnipeg. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zenko comes set. A long pause. The pitch is a breaking ball that's low, 2-1. For DeCaster, he is 3 for 4 on the base pass with the Goldeyes this year. Stolen 3, been caught 1. Luis Allen with that hit in the 7th extended a hitting streak to 4 straight. 2 balls and a strike to him. The pitch, runner on the move, pitch is low, throw down to second, not in time. Stolen base number 4 for Toronto. And the count 3-1 to Luis Allen. Well, there's a little bit of that running game back for Winnipeg. And it's 3-1 to the Goldeyes right-handed swinging catcher, who has driven in 22. 3 RBI in his last 3+ games. And Zenko leaning over to get the sign from Delgado. And he comes set. Does Zenko. And the pitch is inside. Ball 4. And here's Kyle Day. Zenko walks his first. Fargo pitching has walked 4 tonight. There's 2 on with 1 out for Kyle Day, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. And now Doug Simonik will walk out toward the mound and likely bring in the left-hander in Joe Harris to face the lefty Kyle Day, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So we'll take a timeout. On the call of the bullpen, a pitching change being made. Harris trots in. When we trot back, 3-2 Winnipeg on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
For football.
One of the best trades ever in the history of the CFL, arguably, to get Doug Brown here for basically a box of tape.
For hockey.
The first 4 guys in the NHL draft most years are can't miss.
Nothing but sports.
You lead the league in anonymous quotes. You also lead the league in dysfunction.
When sports is your passion.
There's an emotion in the city, and it permeates the dressing room, and the players, they all feel it.
Turn to the station that's even crazier about sports than you are.
I want to be like the Road Warriors. They had the football pads with the spikes coming out and then all the face paint and stuff.
As long as you wear tight shorts, I'm in.
I heard that about you.
Spiky shoulder pads and tight shorts.
I think you've still got the panties somewhere around here, Troy, if you want to slip into something a little more comfortable. Troy really is a sensitive guy. I want spikes and shoulder pads and like mean-looking face paint. Troy wants tights.
Well, almost as crazy. TSN 1290. All sports, all the time.
Well, Joe Harris will be the 3rd pitcher of the night for Doug Simonik and the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. Winnipeg leads it 3-2. For Mike Zenko, 2/3 of an inning as he gets replaced here in this 8th. 1 hit, no runs, responsible for 2. He gave up 3 inherited runs charged to Tyler Herron, the starter for Fargo. 1 walk and no strikeouts for Zenko. And now Joe Harris comes in to face Kyle Day. Goldeyes lead it 3-2. We're in the bottom of 8. 1 out, 2 on. And this pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. For Joe Harris, a left-hander, 6'3", 195, from Newark, Delaware. 25, he'll be 26 in October. And for Harris, his 16th appearance, no record, a 2.95 ERA. 18 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 7 walks, 18 strikeouts. Opposition hitting a paltry 131 against him. Here's Day, first pitch. Swing and a miss, and that breaking ball, and it's strike 1. Well, now a right-hander throwing in the bullpen as well for Fargo. Should be Tom Boleska. And it looks like it is. No, Kevin Fuqua. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. A couple of breaking balls there. Kyle Day tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He rides a 4-gamer into this one. Goldeyes at first and second. And Day will step back in with an 0-2 count on him. Mazzola is likely to face the right-hander if Harris can get Day here. To the belt, the 0-2 is down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kansas City has taken a 5-4 lead on Sioux Falls in the 7th. And Lincoln leading St. Paul 5-1 in the 5th of that regularly scheduled game. St. Paul beat Lincoln 12-3 in the resumption of the suspended game. 1-2 pitch. Outside, and it got away from the catcher Delgado. And everybody advances 90 feet. The caster is over to third. Allen up to second. Not a wild pitch. Second wild pitch uncorked by Fargo pitching tonight. Two balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Day, and now the infield pulled in for Fargo to protect home plate. Kyle Day, a couple of homers and 8 driven in. He's batting .348. 2-2 to him. Lefty. Now Day calls for time and backs out. And now Joe Harris will lean in to get the sign again from Ryan Delgado, who is not the everyday catcher Todd Jennings is. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch is low, 3-2. A full count on Kyle Day with 1 down. Runners at second and third. Josh Mazzola stands on deck. And again, he is likely to face that right-hander Fuqua warming in the bullpen. The payoff, swing and a miss, and Day down on strikes. And now there's 2 away for Josh Mazzola, and climbing to the top of the step is Doug Simonek. And now he is going to make a pitching change. Hasn't pointed down to the bullpen yet. And Doug Simonek now will look down to the bullpen. Fuqua throwing there for the last few minutes, and now the skipper of the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks will point down to the bullpen to bring in the right-hander. All right, as we thought, it'll be righty-righty. Mazzola against Fuqua when we come back. 2 away, 2 on, 1-run ball game, bottom of 8 on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
for football.
Are you guys concerned about a 23-year-old who's had major reconstructive surgery on both his shoulders already?
Absolutely. Yeah, and shoulders for an O-lineman is everything, right? Because you're constantly step and punch.
For hockey.
I think it's a shame that the Toronto Maple Leafs take the kind of money they do from their fans, and they haven't been in the playoffs in 7 years. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. The Montreal Canadiens since 1993.
For Goldeyes.
Back in the warning track. At the wall, and he makes the catch.
Nothing but sports.
I mean, either you love him or you hate him, and I bet there's a lot of people out there that used to hate him that are starting to love him. The guy's the best thing to happen to Major League Baseball in a long time.
When sports is your passion.
It's like you're talking to a 12-year-old kid who's refusing to take responsibility for whatever that they had done. And you don't want guys like that. I don't care how talented they are.
TSN 1290. All sports.
You want guys like that on your team?
All the time.
Well, bottom of the 8th inning, and Josh Mazzola is going to face a right-hander in Kevin Fuqua. 3-2, the Goldeyes lead runners at second and third. Fuqua will get his complement of 8 warm-up pitches. Joe Harris, 1/3 of an inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, a wild pitch. Pitching change for Johnson Waste Management, 4.520909. For Fuqua, 6 feet, 205 pounds, from Durwood, Maryland. Just 23 years old. He'll be 24 in December. Right-hander. And for Fuqua, he will make his 20th appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with a 5.13 ERA. How about this, though? 34 hits allowed in 26 1/3 innings. 15 earned runs, 9 walks, 21 strikeouts, and the opposition batting .312 against him. Here's Josh Mazzola, 1 for 3. And looking for a big hit against this right-hander. First pitch. Breaking ball is low, ball 1. Mazzola, a base hit in the second. Struck out looking in the fourth and flew out to center field. That did advance a base runner in the 7th. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield straight away and not very deep. Fuqua will come set to his belt, the 1-0. Slider is low, 2-0. If you're wondering, Fuqua has not allowed a home run. Further to that, if you're wondering, Josh Mazzola has 4 homers, but all of them on the road. 2 balls and no strikes. Runners at second and third. DeCastro at second, DeCastro at third, Allen at second. And now Mazzola will step out. Fans trying to help out here tonight. 3-2 Winnipeg leading. Bottom of 8. Fuqua comes set. The right-hander to his belt. The 2-0 pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. Good fastball at 87. By the way, for Fargo in the 9th, Sosnowski, Penpraise, Pedroza. 9-1-2. 2-1 to Mazzola. Slightly open stance from the right side. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up. Foul territory. First base side, and into the Fargo dugout it goes. 2-2. Well, Mazzola will see another pitch here. Josh from the San Diego area of California. Played in the San Francisco Giant system. There are areas of the United States, California, Arizona, Texas, and certainly Florida and some of those other southern states. Baseball pretty much all year round. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And time called, but Mazzola does not leave the batter's box. Fuqua steps off, now back on and looks in. Goldeyes would love some insurance. To the belt. The 2-2. Fastball is low, half a swing. Did he go? No, says Michael Leary at first. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Dexter Carter still throwing in the bullpen. You know Winnipeg would love some insurance here with a base hit. A wild pitch. A pass ball. David Narodowski would be next. Fuqua comes set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Mazzola went chasing that slider. And the bullpen does a real nice job here for Fargo in Harris and Fuqua, getting a couple strikeouts of Dane Mazzola, and the Goldeyes strand a pair. No runs, no hits, on error, 2 left. We'll go to the 9th, 3-2 Winnipeg. Last chance for Fargo. We'll see what happens when we come back. Make sure you do on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Your best friend may be furry, but they're part of your family. So when it comes to your pet's health, they deserve to be treated like family at Animal Hospital of Manitoba. Their experienced professionals provide the very latest in veterinary care for cats, dogs, ferrets, rabbits, just about any pet you can imagine. And they take pride in educating clients and following up to make sure your best friend is doing just fine. Animal Hospital of Manitoba, 995 Main Street. We care for your pets as if they were our own.
Welcome to Rogers Tech Talk. Sarah's on the line.
I want a cool new phone, but I have a fear of commitment.
Well, now with Rogers FlexTab, you can get your dream phone, like an HTC One X, on your terms with a low upfront payment.
That's great.
And you could be free of your FlexTab agreement at any time just by paying the remaining balance for the phone.
So I could pay it off in a couple of months.
Sure.
Or next year.
No need to commit. Introducing FlexTab from Rogers. Conditions apply.
Yours today at your local Rogers store, the official wireless provider to the Winnipeg Goldeyes.
Who do your Winnipeg Goldeyes trust to keep them in the game with state-of-the-art chiropractic care? ChiroCare Health Center. And if the professionals at ChiroCare Health Center can keep highly tuned athletes going strong for over 100 games a season, imagine what they could do for you. To meet the chiropractic team trusted by your Winnipeg Goldeyes, visit chirocarehealth.com or call 488-CARE. ChiroCare Health Center. Care today for a better tomorrow.
Never miss the action with live Goldeyes coverage on TSN 1290. Now, back to the voice of the Goldeyes. Here's Paul Edmonds.
Well, we go to the 9th inning, and Dexter Carter will try to close it down. Buddy Sosnowski, Zach Benpraise, Sergio Pedroza. 3-2, the Goldeyes are in front. And that's it for Billy Spottiswoode. 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. Carter will climb to the top of the hill. He has 5 saves. This would be a save situation. Sosnowski 2 for 3 tonight, a single, a double, and banged into a double play. Left-handed stick. First pitch from Dexter. Fastball wide, ball 1. For Dexter Carter, 6'6", 195, 24 years old. Check that, 25 years old. From Murfreesboro, North Carolina. The 1-0 is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. A couple of fastballs there that haven't been close. And for Carter, his 18th appearance, he's 0-1 with a 2.42 ERA. 5 saves, as I mentioned. 22 1/3 innings, 21 hits, 6 earned runs, 8 walks. 2-2. 2-0 is in there for a strike, actually, and 2-1. 8 walks, 24 strikeouts in 22 1/3 innings, and the opposition hitting 256 against them. Sosnowski's had a good night tonight, 2 for 3, including an extra base hit in the 5th. The 2-1 swung on, fouled back to the screen, and it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Buddy Sosnowski. For Dexter, he is 5 for 5 in save opportunities, trying to make it 6 for 6. Fans trying to help out with unison clapping. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carter comes set. And the 2-2. Fastball swung on, fouled back. We do it again. Buddy Sosnowski from Statesville, North Carolina. From Francis Marion University in South Carolina last year. A couple of North Carolinians facing each other right here. And Carter will come set. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball missed inside, 3-2. Ooh, that looked pretty close. Sosnowski batting .286. And this is game 19 for him. No homers and 3 driven in. 3-2 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 4. He walked him. Well, not what you want to do against Fargo. Leadoff walk. And for the Goldeyes tonight, that is the first walk of the night. And here's Zach Penpraise.
Get a haircut.
And Penpraise is 1 for 3, hit by a pitch. He'll look down to Bucky Burgow, and have Buddy Sosnowski over at first, and Carter will come set. Long pause. First pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Penpraise batting .271. Goldeyes leaded 3-2 here. They've been out hit 9-6 though. And Fargo here in the 9th inning with the leadoff man aboard. Sosnowski 2 for 3 on the base paths. And a pickoff attempt over to first, and he threw it away. And it's going down the right field line, and Sosnowski will sprint for second on an error on a throw by Dexter Carter. And the Goldeyes have made their second error of the night. And it's strike 1 on Zach Penpraise. If I'm Fargo right here, I'm asking Penpraise to bunt. You know, you're going to play for the tie on the road. Maybe the win. Well, you play for the win on the road and the tie at home, I know, but as the catcher in on the grass at third. 0-1. Swung on, fell back to the screen. Strike 2. There's the moon has popped out. And up from beyond the trees, past the right field fencing. 0-2 to Penpraise. Runner at second base on a walk and an error. Nothing and 2 to Penpraise. The pitch is high and away. 2-2, or 1-2 actually. And that just got away from Luis Allen. Boy, the pace of this one is slowed right down here with the inability to throw strikes in the leadoff guy, then the air. I think there's a little bit of tension in the air here. 1-2 is a bouncer in the dirt. Penpraise doesn't move. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Zach Penpraise. 1 for 3, hit by a pitch tonight. And Dexter Carter saved the last game the Goldeyes won against Fargo. 2-2 is, I guess, just outside. And maybe a little bit low, and the Goldeyes dugout didn't like that one. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now they're going to ask somebody to get up and start throwing in the bullpen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And it's going to be Craig James. Pitch is swung on, bounce left side. That's going to get through. They're going to hold Sosnowski up at third base. And Craig James is going to start throwing in the bullpen. So you don't get the strike because the umpire squeezes you, and then you give up a base hit. And now there's runners on the corners for Sergio Pedroza, who's 1 for 4 tonight. And Dexter Carter's got himself in a heap of trouble. And Pedroza 1 for 4. Well, it's been a while since the Goldeyes have blown a save, but they're awful close to that. And Pedroza will stand in from the left-hand side. Middle infield is playing back. They'll let the run score to turn 2. First pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. Last time I can remember the Goldeyes blowing a save was definitely before Dexter Carter took over. as the closer, the 0-1. Swung on, fouled away, and it's strike 2. Nothing in 2 to Pedroza. Goldeyes have not recorded an out in this inning. Nothing in 2. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Full third strike. And Pedroza thought it was a little bit high. And there's one away. And now Pedroza just got thrown out of the baseball game. He just got thrown out of the baseball game. Ejected is Sergio Pedroza. And now he got right up and set his feet with home plate umpire Sean Hicks. And Pedroza will walk away. Steve Montgomery was out quickly. Now is Doug Simonek going to take up the argument? Sergio Pedroza thrown out of the baseball game for arguing balls and strikes here in this 9th inning. You know, to some degree, Pedroza might have a case. Because that might have been a bit of a makeup call for the one that should have struck Zach Pinpraise out. Even before Pedroza stepped up. And here's Nick Jackson. So one away, and Carter picks up a strikeout, but they're still in some trouble here. Jackson has homered an inning ago. 3-2 Winnipeg leads it. And there's runners on the corners in this 9th inning. And Jackson, a left-handed batter, 1 for 3 tonight, hit by a pitch. First pitch is on the outside edge for ball 1. I guess. Runner takes off in Pinpraise, and he steals second. And that's ball 1 on Nick Jackson. So stolen base for Pinpraise, his 18th. Luis Allen does not. Throw down to second. 1 ball, no strikes. That breaks up the double play. Pitch is outside, 2-0. Now, you know, are you going to be careful with Jackson because first base is open? Delgado stands on deck. It would be a righty-righty. And now Luis Allen is going to stand up, and they're going to walk Nick Jackson. Why not? You've fallen behind. Pinpraise has taken the double play out by stealing second. And now you'll walk Jackson intentionally, hoping to get the forced homer, the double play that could end it with 1 away. But it's always an adventure over the years for the Goldeyes to try to close baseball games down. And Jackson will take the walk. So, Carter walks his second. And here is Ryan Delgado, who is 1 for 4 tonight. Jackson trots down to first. Now Fargo is 1 hit away from not only tying it, but taking the lead. And Dexter Carter has the bases loaded. And 1 out. Winnipeg leading 3-2. And Carter comes set. First pitch is high, ball 1. Delgado tonight has struck out, hit into a double play, flown out and singled. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, that's cracked out to right center. That is well hit. On the run is Roberson, and he will not get there. It'll bounce back off the wall. 1 run in to score, 2 runs in to score, 3 runs have come in to score, and Fargo's taking the lead. It's 5-3 RedHawks. Ryan Delgado's delivered a big 3-run double, and Dexter Carter blows his first save in 6 opportunities. And it all starts with the leadoff walk in the air. And here comes Rick Forney, and he's going to take Dexter Carter out of the baseball game. So Roberson could not get to it. It goes off the wall, kicks away from him, and Fargo's taking a 2-run lead. And the Goldeyes will reach further into the bullpen. And we'll take a timeout on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
Sports fans, TSN 1290 and TSN1290.ca have your day planned for you. It begins with breakfast and a ride to work with a big show with Jay and Westwood.
Minus is a misleading statistic.
How the hell is that, Jay? How can you win a game if you're minus?
Then there's coffee with the herd.
I got news for you. Andrew Luck is better than 10 quarterbacks in the NFL today.
And an afternoon with Jim Rome.
When did it stop being interesting?
Then we'll take you home with Hustler and Lawless.
I think pound for pound, I think we're the best fans in the league. What do you guys think?
Well, I'll tell you what. I get the exact same feeling as you're talking about. We're competing on a major landscape against all these other places. I think it's a great story. And the fans of the Jets, you bet. They're right up there with anyone else.
Mornings, afternoons, and all day long. It's TSN 1290 and TSN1290.ca. All sports. Score! All the time.
Well, you started out by walking the number 9 hitter here tonight, making an error, and then it all disintegrated from there. And Ryan Delgado steps up, a 3-run double off the wall in right center, and Fargo leads it 5-3, and there's only one out in the inning. And now Craig James is the 6th pitcher of the baseball game. And Dexter Carter blows the save, is on the hook for the loss here as well. 1/3 of an inning. 2 hits, 3 runs, they're all earned, responsible for 1. 2 walks, 1 is intentional, and 1 strikeout. And John Gaston, the batter, to face Craig James. Pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. And Craig James will come in, 29-year-old right-hander out of Miami, Florida. And John Gaston 0 for 4 tonight. First pitch swung on, line to right field, and going back is Rich Carpenter. He'll make the catch for the out. Back to second base is Delgado, 2 away. And with 2 away, we look ahead to the Goldeyes 9th. Narodowski, Carpenter, and then Kendall. Well, you cannot stress, even for the baseball layman, how important it is to get the leadoff batter in a save situation. Make him hit his way on, but the number 9 guy walks on 5 pitches, and then an error committed, and then it just came unraveled from there. First pitch in there for a strike. Good job by Craig James. You know, I think the number 1 prerequisite and requirement of a closer is to come in and throw strikes. And the 0-1 fastball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Stovall 0 for 4 tonight. Goldeyes will have to play catch-up when they get out of this 9th. A 3-run 9th for Fargo. And Tom Boleska will likely be the man in charge of trying to close it down for the RedHawks. And the pitch is a spin-off by Craig James. Nothing in 2. Ryan Stovall. The pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him on strike. All right, we'll see what happens here. Good job by Craig James to come and get a fly ball out and the strikeout. But Fargo strikes for 3, and they take the lead, sending 7 men to the plate in an awful 9th inning for the Goldeyes. 5-3, Fargo leads it. We'll see what Winnipeg can do in the bottom of the 9th with the Goldeyes Radio Network.
You like to shop around and ask,
is that the best you can do?
So do we. When it comes to windows, Best Windows and Doors doesn't go with just a single manufacturer. We shop around. Only the best quality, efficiency, and warranty will do. And only a few have it all. And that's all you'll find at Best Windows. So go ahead, shop around and ask,
is that the best you can do?
No doubt you'll find your way to Best Windows and Doors, where the best is all we do. 1676 St. James.
That baseball glove. You know the one. The one that you got in high school. The one that got you MVP your senior year. Yeah, you know the one. And we do too. At Ranger Insurance, we protect what's important to you. Because whatever size it is, it's the little things that matter. Whether it's home, life, auto, or commercial, Ranger Insurance has a plan that's right for you. For the protection you deserve, visit rangerinsurance.ca.
Free Jive Interactive Media is online, on site, and on the street. Grab the new online version of the Free Jive Weekly at freejivewinnipeg.com or pick it up at one of our 200 local restaurant locations. Find us at local events and keep a lookout for the Free Jive Cruiser around the city. And make sure to visit freejivewinnipeg.com to keep updated on all of our weekly contests and giveaways. Free Jive Interactive Media, online, on site, on the street.
Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Tom Boleska will try to close it down for Fargo, as the Goldeyes could not do it. Winnipeg blows the save here. And Fargo scores 3 runs in the ninth. They've scored 4 in the last 2 innings. And that's it for Kevin Fuqua. And the pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. Fuqua goes 1/3 of an inning, stands to win this baseball game. No runs, no hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And Tom Boleska will face Narodowski. Boleska, 6 feet, 195 from Bradenton, Florida. He'll have a birthday this month at the end of it on the 30th. And he'll be 26. Here's Narodowski, 0 for 3 tonight. 5-3 Fargo in front, first pitch. Swung on, ground ball right side. Up with it, Coda. Over to first, 1 away. And Rich Carpenter the batter. For Tom Boleska, his 19th appearance, he's 0-1 with a 2.50 ERA. 10 saves, 18 innings, 19 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 walks, 25 strikeouts, and the opposition hitting .264 against him. He's given up a home run, and that was to Amos Ramon. First pitch is in there for a strike. Nothing in 1 to Rich Carpenter. And Boleska, the right-hander, comes set. The pitch is low and inside. Did he go? Yes, he did. And it's 0-2.
Too late for that.
Nothing and 2 to Rich Carpenter. Came in defensively in the 8th. Made a couple of nice catches. Ridge batting .245. Pitch is inside, 1-2. No homers and 13 driven in. Dan Barbero was 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball for a called third strike right over the heart of the plate. And again, the bottom of this order continues to struggle tonight. 1 for 11 tonight is the bottom 3. And here's Bryce Kendall, who's had a great night. He is 3 for 4. A 3-run triple that gave the Goldeyes a lead in the 7th. Only to watch that disappear with 4 runs by Fargo in the last 2 innings. First pitch, right down the chute for a strike. And it's 0-1. Why the air has been popped right out of this place tonight. Goldeyes come back here at home. Can't close it. 0-1. Breaking ball is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think the last blown save I have was the Goldeyes in Lincoln. And they blew 2 that night in the 9th and then in extra innings. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. That's the last blown save I have. Although there might have been one with after that when Downing was closing for that period of time. 1-2. Swung on, bounce right side. Up with it, Coda. Over to first. Fargo takes game one of this 4-game series. They've beaten the Goldeyes 4 times in a row here in Winnipeg. And they win it tonight by a score of 5-3. Totals in the postgame show are next after these on the Goldeyes Radio Network.
If your business, big or small, has excess waste and recycling piling up, let BFI Canada make your trash our business. Our customized pickup schedules make it easy. With commercial and industrial collection services,